you, Dora.
It's too late. Welcome back to 2020. Is it 2021? Yeah, 2021.
20.
Wait, how can I hear myself? This is not good. This is not good at all.
Do you have the stream open?
I do. I'm closing it now. Right quick.
Not very smart of you, Casey. Not very
Yeah.
cash money of you.
Please refrain from spamming caps. Oh, rip. Streamlabs, you get them. You destroy our regular viewers for participating in chat. Good.
For showing enthusiasm.
I wish we would fix that at some point. Like,
I don't know
6
how to
months
fix
ago,
it.
we never
I
touched
have
it.
no idea how Streamlabs works.
I think I turned it down a little bit. I don't know. That's probably a lie. Cool. Well, we're streaming on Wednesdays now, guys. I don't know if we announced that ever, but
Did.
We're announcing it now.
we announced it now, bitches.
Fucking idiot.
Good start. Good vibes.
Good start.
Love the
Really
energy we're bringing here.
endearing ourselves to our audience. Devil's Eldest subscribed at tier 1 for 4 months in a row. Thank you, Devil's Eldest. Make sure I'm saying that right. Welcome back. Hope everyone had a great new year.
Oh, that happened, didn't it?
It did. Years have evolved.
We are definitely in the new year.
We are definitely here. Well, Dora, this is your show.
It is my show, which means that I am going to... Wait, what is this thing I've prepared that I'm referring to? Is it a Google Doc that has all of the announcements on it? That can't be right.
She has such organization now, but let's just see how long this
You
lasts.
have to read these out now, Dora.
I
Yeah.
do.
It's your
And I'm
campaign.
gonna do it.
You,
All right.
Do
Right
it.
now.
Do it.
You
Do
won't
it,
do
Dora.
it. You
You
won't
won't.
do it. You won't do it. You
Yeah.
won't read the announcements.
If you'll make it so I don't have to scream over you to do it.
No.
Wait, hold on. Hold on one sec.
Oh no.
Hold
Oh,
on
no.
one sec.
Please stop whatever you're doing.
Anyway.
Okay.
I am okay to continue.
Okay. So, welcome to Graced, our new campaign on Roll It Slant that I am DMing. This is going to be a homebrew campaign. It's set in my own setting.
China.
That's still kind of... No, it's not China.
Okay.
That we're still kind of... I'm building out in some ways, but I think we're going to explore it together and come up with some stuff, and so that should be fun. Channel updates. We are going to be resuming our usual schedule. To the best of my knowledge, Lions and Crows is going to be airing at its normal 7:30 time tomorrow, although I will not be joining them for a few weeks, but Aurelio will be off doing something, and otherwise you guys can follow the exploits of the Silver Hand as they continue...
Minus the little finger.
Minus the little finger.
The
As they
Silver
continue
Hand.
to do something with swords. It's been so long that I actually don't remember what we're doing.
It's a fantasy genre. Magic swords.
It's a fantasy genre. Also, Mondays, Casey is going to be running a new campaign entitled The Last Page. We don't know when the first episode of that is going to be, question mark? In the next couple of weeks. That will also be returning at our normal 7:30 streaming time, so coming in the next few weeks, we'll be streaming 3 days a week, Monday, Wednesday, and Thursday. As always, you can follow us on Twitter for updates on new content. We are at Roll It Slant over there. You can also subscribe to us on YouTube, where we have our previous episodes uploaded, including our December mini campaign that we did. That was entitled Love Runs Cold. Casey ran that one. It was a lot of fun. I played a non-dex-based character, which is very out of character for me, but I like to shake it up occasionally. So that is all now available on
100%
YouTube.
True.
Also, Roll It Slant, although our URL is an indecipherable jumble of numbers and letters, so if you subscribe, you will help us inch towards it being decipherable. You can also check out rollitslant.com for background on our streams and a closer look at our character art, which, speaking of, thank you to our very own Kayla Scott for providing custom character art for Lions and Crows, as well as our subscriber emotes. And thank you to our good buddy, Kevin MacLeod, for music that we play on all of our streams, including this one.
Soundtrack of our lives.
Soundtrack of our lives. And finally, shout out to Roll20, who has made us a part of their Roll20 Spotlight, and also is the virtual tabletop system that we use. They are great. If you haven't tried them already, go ahead and check them out.
Oh shit, I have way less hit points than everybody else.
Yeah, it's because you tanked your con modifier to jump more.
Spoilers! God!
Sorry.
Take away my one thing. God.
I don't think it's accurate that that's your one thing.
No, I think you underestimate the length I'm willing to go to commit to this.
Alright. Where are my notes?
My character will enter from space.
Understood.
There's this low scream in the background. Finally lands.
Descending.
First roll of the game is a death saving throw. Can we like try to make that? I don't know how we could make that happen. Because you'd have to like roll to hit or roll to take damage or something.
I'm not gonna let it happen because I have written an intro for this session.
It's my new goal. First roll of every session should be a death saving throw.
Impeccable vibes we're bringing, as always.
Oh.
Terminal velocity is no joke.
Alright. So, I think we're just gonna jump right in. Why is your spell save 0?
It's not a very good spell save DC, Michaela. 0 is not really gonna cut it.
I get this! Ow! It's not even a spell, it's just the concept of abjuration.
But it has a lot of
That's a
components.
First level abjuration.
This could be magic, I've not yet filled it in.
I do that all the time with Tio, though. I just nervously push buttons in my accident. Oh gosh.
Do we start out the campaign with a 100 d20 roll? To see how the entire campaign will go?
Go
I
for
think
it.
it's a great
I think
idea,
we
Beth.
should.
Do we all roll 100 d20s?
No,
Just one.
the chosen one.
I think
We
the
win.
thing is, there's more 20s than 1s.
So that means it's
Campaign
gonna
will be a
good.
success.
There's only...
No, all will be fine, Dora. The 20s
good.
are spoken.
Okay. Alright. So. It's peaceful here, high in the Nibionor Mountains on an empty, gentle slope that tumbles gradually down towards the valley. Powdery snow shifts with the wind, and the setting sun paints everything in pastel shades of purple and gold. And then, between one blink and the next, it's here. Soaring white stone walls interspersed with grand towers and an enormous dark steel gate. And beyond them, the tips and peaks of hundreds of tiled roofs. An entire grand city where moments before that had been only the lonely howling of the wind. But the stillness remains. No figures bustle about the well-kept streets on their daily errands, no horses stamp their feet or pull their carts along the winding road from the marketplace towards the walls, and no soldiers guard the gates that creak mournfully on their hinges as the wind gusts once more. But down below the Nibionor Crags, a very different scene awaits. The trade city of Ingerna squats over the river that shares its name, teeming with merchants and the many travelers that pass through on their way to other adventures. Docks spill out along the banks, sending ships out to sea, and people bustle back and forth across the many bridges that arc across the river. Night is falling now, pale purple along the horizon, fading to deep blue, fading to black. Lanterns gutter to life along the bridges, pools of gold in the darkness, and the first stars begin to appear. And the citizens of Ingerna pause, look up, and wait for the full moon to crest above the horizon. They are waiting a very long time. Tonight, the lights stay lit in Ingerna much later than usual as unsettled people crowd into bars and restaurants, eager for the warmth of the hearth and the company during the long night that now stretches out before them. But the sky remains dark, a deep blue broken only by the brightest of the constellations, and slowly stories begin to seep in. Strange shadows move in the dark, muffled cries, teeth. And the people of Ingerna, both the traveler and the native, draw closer together and wait breathlessly for the dawn. You all have found yourself in the city of Ingerna for one reason or another. It sits at an intersection of many trade roads, and people are constantly coming and going from it. And now, Perhaps you've been here for a few days, perhaps for a few weeks, but tonight, the entire city now stands unsettled and nervous as the moon has simply decided not to rise tonight. The night is far darker than any of you could have expected, and it is now well past 2 a.m., but the main square remains brightly lit, if surprisingly somber. Night cafes, taverns, and bars keep their doors flung open, and occupied chairs and tables spill out onto the square. A group of performers cluster around the huge stone fountain in the center of the square, backlit by the lantern held by the hooded statue that stands within it, but they haven't played a note for hours. The brightly colored paper lanterns that are strung between the buildings have all been lit, but they lend a festival air to the night that falls decidedly flat. So, tonight, where did all of you find yourselves? What kind of establishment on a night like this would you have wandered into?
The grape store.
There is a kind of green grocer's that has remained open. It kind of opens out onto the square. There's a broad kind of blue blue overhang that kind of hangs over it. It is called Fritz's Fine Fruits, and it is run by a dwarven couple who have kind of been doing a surprisingly brisk sale as people have kind of been nervously snacking all night.
Well, I'm going wherever Panthea's going because I'm on her shoulder.
You
So-
are. I think Panthea is nervously going from booth to booth to figure out what would be the precise best charms to make or things to ward off or to bring the moon back, because it's very unsettling that the moon that controls the tides is not showing up, and she is like on edge.
I'm on the edge of her shoulder, as well.
So I think you guys have probably found yourself at Pestle and Mortar, which is kind of an herbalist and a tea shop, which is kind of this. It's made entirely of glass, like kind of almost like a greenhouse, framed with kind of rough dark wood. And so why don't you two describe yourselves?
Sure, I can. Want me to start?
Yes, go ahead.
Okay. All right. So Panthea Winifred is a tall, sturdy woman in her early 20s. She has long white hair and 2 braids, and if she was to take off her short woolen witch's hat, you would see that her white hair was starting to go a little blue at the roots, probably like an inch or so. Her eyes are storm cloud gray, and her pale skin is a bit freckled from traveling or days spent gathering different plants and items. She has a charcoal cloak with a hood and bell sleeves, and if you look really closely, you could see 2 simple slits in the back of the cloak. She has this over a dark gray leather chest piece and arm bracers, simple dark blue dress that goes to her knees, wearing gray riding pants underneath with tall gray leather boots. I had fun with this, by the way. Also, I've been playing The Sims a lot, so into the outfits. Under her arm is a small kelp green book in a holster. Around her waist is a belt that's covered in a ton of pouches and bags bursting with herbs and teas and things like that. She has a teacup holster, and charms and stones and talismans around her neck and her on her wrists and things like that. Different iconography, good luck pieces that she's carved from driftwood or fashioned from shells. So she's just has a lot of things on her. And then tucked in a sling bag is a small black and white tuxedo cat who prefers to be sleeping. So, and its little ears are poking out though, turning a little bit, listening. So, but on her shoulder,
Nestled among all of the packets of herbs in her hoods and all of that is a little green man, more of a boy. He's got little delicate butterfly wings that are green and gold, with those little butterfly scales on them that kind of are iridescent. He has a little thick mop of green hair that's wisped up a little bit to the side, and he has a little little flower hat. I don't know if you can picture this, but it's a little I'm picturing like a snow. What are they called? Snowbells? The little white blossoms that are.
Lily of the Valley?
Yeah, just a small little white flower that's just cupped on his head like a hat. And he's very cute and has sort of like green skin that looks like it's been painted. You know, like those plants that have like a striation on them that kind of look like they've been painted over with green and white. I don't know if you can picture that.
Yeah.
But yeah. He has big eyes, very handsome, sort of noble looking features. But he's wearing a little slapdash kind of like outfit, so he's not butt naked. It's definitely it's made sort of haphazardly. It doesn't look like he quite fits in it, but it's the best he's got going. And along with his wings, the most striking feature about him is that he has a satchel tied on his back, in between his wings, that seems to be just bursting at the seams with metal, just metal objects like little trinkets he's found on the ground. The biggest part of it is that there's a big drop of amber that's kind of like peeking at the top. It looks like it's maybe an earring or something. Yeah, and he also has this is kind of grim, but he has what, some adventurers have fur pelts on them, but he didn't, he likes mice, doesn't like birds, so he has a bird skin on, with a little beak over the top of his little flower hat. Works as his armor. His name is Edom, and he's very small. For Connie, he fits it about the palm of your hand, if you can sit down in it. Right there. Like that. And he's hanging on, but he's very curious, so he's looking out from between all of Pynthia's cloth and herb bags and that kind of thing.
I think hanging on is probably appropriate because I think that she's a little nervous and like kind of just like can't stand still, because if she stands still, she thinks too hard about what's happening.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, he's hanging on and hanging on tight.
Casey, do you want to describe your character?
Sure. My character has sort of unkept, kind of bright, bushy, bright red, reddish orange hair. Very sort of flat nose, longish ears that kind of stick out, and the forehead is punctuated with two ram's horns that come out, looking sort of very stout and sturdy, that come out and sort of just arch around, very much as you would think of a normal ram. She doesn't appear to have any weapons or armor or really much of anything in terms of belongings on her. Looks to be incredibly lithe and fit and in great shape. Her skin is sort of a nice kind of like sun-dappled, sort of brownish, freckled, little white spots in a few places, patches of fur, sort of light and short, and then lower half of her body is very satyr-like, as she is a satyr, very strong, capable-looking legs. She's dressed in not too much, but it's bright sort of greens, purples, and oranges, kind of more like scraps of things that have sort of been put together. Generally has a carefree look about her. And then I guess we'll find out more later about our satyr.
Alright, and then Beth, what is your character up to at this point? There's bars, there's a tavern that opens on here, there's a bookshelf that has kind of a coffee shop attached that opens up onto the market. That's still kept its doors open kind of late into the night.
Rox would get coffee, the perfect drink for nighttime.
Yeah, so Word of Honor is a little bookstore. The interior is kind of very maze-like and poorly organized, and it is most notable for the fact that there is a very, very small goblin kind of dressed in many layers of like shawls and... Yes?
Tell Tell me more.
Kind of older goblin woman with her graying hair kind of drawn back in a very severe bun, dressed in like just kind of like layers and layers of shawls and dresses, and has like these kind of highly polished little glasses that kind of sit at the end of her nose, who kind of perches herself back behind, just like on a stack of books, so that she can see over the counter. And kind of, she's one of those bookstore owners that seems like she probably doesn't actually want anybody to purchase anything from the store, but she will deign to serve you coffee.
Excellent. As coffee is what I'm looking for.
And would you like to describe your character?
Drox is a 6-foot hobgoblin. Sort of a darkish red skin color, very angular face, got long black hair that's sort of bound together in sort of strands with just like rawhide. Same with like a long facial hair that dangles down on his chest. Carrying sort of a hefty tome under one arm. Looks like a wizard type, but a lot more heavily armored and bulky than one would expect from a regular wizard. Has like a lantern attached at the hip, glowing sort of like a pulsatingly red. It doesn't look like it's lit like a regular lantern would be. Just dangles there, ominously. Edgily. Edgily.
I support it.
And that's all for now. Nothing more to see.
So, as you guys kind of move about, mostly just probably at this point trying to distract yourselves, the uneasy silence of the early morning is broken actually quite suddenly by a very shrill scream. And then the growl of something huge kind of echoes down the alleyways nearby, and it seems to be coming from the direction of the river.
You think that's the moon?
Well, I mean that's a complicated thing to jump to assume, but it's not
it could
good.
be the moon.
I mean, I'm willing to try anything at this point.
If it's not the moon, maybe it's caused by the moon.
It's very true. The moon can do many wonderful things. Do you want to go look at it?
I'm going where you're going.
Okay, well, let's go. And we kind of head towards that, wherever we're going. I think that I threw down a few copper as I grabbed like some eucalyptus. I'm like, I'm gonna need this.
You kind of drop it. There's a water ganassi who's kind of overseeing the shop and just kind of like catches the coin as you grab it and just run out and just.
Yeah.
I'm holding on like this.
I think I've probably bought from them all week, so like it's a like I'm good for it.
A somewhat established business relationship.
Yes.
So running out, what are the rest of you up to?
I will scoop up a pineapple and say, put it on my tab, and sort of perk up a little bit, having never met this shopkeep before, and see that people are kind of scampering and just sort of start hopping a little bit over in that way. Probably catching.
The dwarves calls after you. You don't have a tab.
Well, I do now. And probably noticing these weirdos, big and small, and tiny, and be more interested in them than probably slightly oblivious to the larger things that are happening. But I see something shiny, I follow it.
You see movement.
Yeah.
Your sight is based on movement.
My vision is based on movement, yes. I have motion vision. Up to 60 feet.
Oh.
Like all things.
I too can only see things within a 60 feet.
Yep.
Well, I am holding on for dear life as we're running.
And Beth, what is Drox up to?
Drox, having only just received his coffee, will begin to speed drink his coffee, realizing one sip in, it is still burning hot, but is committed to the act, just sort of making noises of pain as he commits to drinking down the entirety of the coffee while making his way to the door.
Death saving throw.
Fire damage. So looking out, as you guys kind of run, you can see that some people have kind of looked up at the scream. A couple people have stood up, but seem kind of unwilling to actually step beyond the aura of the lights within the marketplace. But stepping out to the entrance and looking down, you do see what looks like large shapes, two very, very large shapes, kind of moving at the end of an alley, a kind of very narrow alleyway that snakes its way down towards the river. And you hear another kind of like short scream, and you see kind of, or at least those of you with dark vision can, because this is not particularly well lit. You can see a small, like a human shape kind of writhing on the ground, who seems to be caught in the jaws of one of these creatures, and it seems to have its teeth kind of sunk into her shoulder and is dragging her backwards as she kind of kicks out and seems to struggle and try to get free.
It's not the moon, but I think it's a person.
That's very true.
What are those things? Can I try to see what those things are?
From where right now, you guys are like a good 40 or 50 feet away from this scene, so you can see you can see that there's this kind of pale shape on the ground. You can see that there's these larger shapes that seem to be dragging it backwards, but you're kind of too far away right now to see any more details than that.
Okay. And the darkness, is it magical darkness?
It's not magical darkness. This is just
okay.
a part of this is a narrow alleyway that has some lanterns kind of hanging off houses, but they're not shedding a ton of light.
Okay.
Watch your eyes, and I pull out like a wand and I cast light on it to illuminate the alleyway.
All right. What is the radius of light?
20 bright, 20 dim.
This is the
20
first
bright,
time.
20 dim.
It's a
Okay, so
torch.
this is okay. So kind of taking a few steps forward and holding this up, and at this point you can see that the struggles of this figure at the other end of the alley seem to be growing weaker. And as you kind of step forward and hold it up, you do see as you kind of throw it up, the light reflects yellow off of some kind of creature's eyes, and you see kind of just at the very edge of this light two enormous dogs that seem to be trailing shadow behind them. And one of them, there's kind of like a final cry from her as it reaches down and it chomps down one more time, and the figure that's writhing on the ground goes still, and the mouth comes back up, and you can see blood dripping, falling down towards the ground. And you can tell that they seem to react reflexively to the light, and one of them sinks its teeth into this now still body, and they go tearing backwards off down the alley.
With the body?
With the body.
I will cast Entangle on this entire scene.
Okay. In that case, I'm going to flop us over to a battle map.
Not a battle flop.
A Flattlebap.
It's dangerous.
Go to the Flattlebap.
It is dangerous.
Danger. Oh, it's danger music.
Feels dangerous.
Or all I see is darkness.
Yes, that's because I haven't put your tokens on the map.
Story of our lives.
Oh.
Hello, darkness, my battle map.
So you guys are all kind
Well, this looks familiar.
I wouldn't be this close to Keith's character.
of okay.
I wouldn't be this close to my character either.
Can you put my character in the same square as Cookie's character? I'm just kidding. Don't do that.
I mean, you can occupy the same square as her because you are a tiny creature.
Dun, dun.
So there's this one kind of
Can tiny creatures all occupy the same square?
All of them.
all of them at once.
I-
Every
I-
extant
I have
tiny
a future
creature.
party. I have a future party suggestion.
Okay. So this is the scene. You can see that there's this kind of still body there, and
Where?
I think.
Okay.
I can just barely see.
It is quite dark. Although, Panther, you said you were emitting light right now, right?
Yeah. I can do it as a radius if you want.
I can do it, it's okay.
Okay.
You said 2020?
Hindsight is, yes.
Yes.
Kevin McLeod, you need to calm down. Jeez. Go crazy. Just to let you know, Dora has chosen a song called Failing Defense as our first track.
Well, somebody has already died tonight, so...
Nobody's died yet.
Gosh, it's Aurelia. Oh no. Where she went?
Alright, so you are casting Entangle. Please trace out on the map where you are going to...
On the things.
Alright.
It's a 20-foot square. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 20. I can't see the square now that I've drawn it, but other than that.
Alright, so these are...
When you cast a spell, creature in the area must succeed on a strength saving throw or be restrained by entangling plants.
Strength saving.
DC is 14.
Okay, I am trying to roll the strength saving throw. There it goes. That is a 6.
Well, that's going to be a failure.
That is a failure. So one of these creatures seems to become caught.
Stay.
Net. As these. So what does this look like as you cast it?
As the other two sort of pause in ponderance of this, I come up next to them and kind of strike a stance. I point out and I go, "Hero time!" And
Oh.
I cast it in a bunch of just like vines, and it doesn't look like it goes together. It's like some of it is vines and bramble, but others of it is just like flowers, and some of it like it looks like somebody who doesn't know how to build a garden went out and bought a bunch of plants that they think looked good and then put them all in the garden, but then like they don't really look like they go together.
Right. So this kind of menagerie of different plants comes up and wraps around this dog and the still body beside the dog.
Yeah, I don't want that body going anywhere.
It's not. And with that, we are going to all roll initiative.
Wait, is there only one of them?
You believe you saw 2 shapes in the alley.
First roll of the campaign.
I gotta select my...
Okay.
I rolled 1A!
Oh my god, that's awesome.
It's okay.
The only way to go is down.
Okay, not helping. I need to keep increasing my initiative, session by session, so it can only go up.
Encounter by encounter, even.
True.
Alright.
It didn't put me in initiative. I was selected, but it didn't.
I will add you to the initiative.
Okay.
What was your roll? 11?
It was 11.
Spell slots.
Spell slots. Alright.
It's so exciting playing a caster. Gosh.
Rox, you are the first. You are the first to react now that the spell has been cast out. What would you like to do?
I'm gonna pull off from his back this previously not mentioned huge, just massive crossbow with like double finger width bolts sort of in it, and I'm gonna raise it up and fire it off like 2 fingers. It's like 1 finger twice. I fire it off at the creature.
Pew!
14. Is it 14 or 21? Is that advantage?
It's at advantage because it's restrained.
Nice, 21.
Oh boy!
One does certainly hits.
Shoots off, and the stock sort of clangs against whatever armor is hidden away under sort of the outer clothing-y part. what he's wearing. He starts the heavy ratcheting process as it does that much damage.
Counted 4.
Does it make that sound when you just... It's like, damn it, I shouldn't have bought this from the toy maker.
Or Jack in the Box, or crossfoot.
One thing that you do notice is that it does seem that this has dealt it a fairly glancing blow. It did less damage than you were expecting.
Okay. I was like, damn, 20 AC, huh? No resistance.
No. Alright. So with that, those of you with enough vision for it, you see leaping down from a roof up here, a cloaked figure who kind of leaps down and begins to sprint and entangle. So, creature in the area, creature.
Do you need me to link it?
So it turns it into difficult terrain, but it only restrains those who are in it when it was cast, correct?
Correct.
I don't know.
Yes, correct. You are correct.
So,
It is DT, though.
yes. 10, 15. So you see this person kind of run up and kind of skids to a halt in there. You see them pull a short sword out from their belt, but they lean down and you see them press a hand to this still figure, and kind of brilliant purple light kind of flows out from their hand and kind of envelops the figure, and then they kind of like square off against this creature in front of them. That was...
So they look like they're fighting the dog things?
Yes.
And the envelope thing is on the
Yeah, so...
snack?
So they kind of... Yeah, so they came in, they seemed to kneel beside and like place a hand on the fallen woman, and then kind of standing back up as this magic kind of envelops them, stands up and draws a sword, kind of facing off against the dog.
All right.
Alright, Tofi.
Right. I'm gonna get in there while the getting's good by moving other people's tokens. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. I don't think that I have... My vision has not changed, so...
Why am I drawing?
I don't know.
That sure is a nice hook you got there, Pinthea. Well, I just wanted to see what was going on, but I can't see any farther than... What is there? Am I emitting light? My vision
Do you
ends,
have a
like,
reason?
here now.
Do you have a reason why you would be emitting light?
Well, I mean, I have 60 feet of dark vision.
You do? I thought satyrs didn't have dark vision.
Uh-oh. Something jumping can't fix.
Maybe they don't.
I don't think they do.
Alright, well, they don't. I will fix this, though, realizing that, unfortunately, I don't have any dark vision. I'm like, oh yeah, I am the dark vision. I will use my bonus action to assume a star form. Which one will I pick? We don't know. I will choose form of the archer.
What
So,
does that look like?
as Tofi runs forward, you can see her just sort of run her hand over past something on her belt that begins to glow, the sort of like bluish, purplish, sort of magenta hue, and then you see all over her body like almost like an invisible tattoo that's now had a black light shown over it. These little like points of light start to light up, and then light connects from them, and so everything on her sort of like lights up like a constellation. Starts emitting approximately bright light in a 10-foot radius, and then dim light an additional 10 feet beyond that. You're guessing that this is probably going to last about 10 minutes, just from,
Just looking?
just looking at it.
I think this is gonna last about 10 minutes.
And
I see.
and you also see sort of as the tattoos and the light points get to her hands, it extends like out from where her hand is and starts connecting up into points, and you see a bow form in her hand, and then another arrow sort of forming out in the other hand. Which I run up and then look like I'm gonna fire, and then I just like stop, and then like I look back at all of you just to make sure you're all watching, and I'm like,
I go, hey, I think it's hero time.
right, got it, hero time, and I drop the arrow and then cast a spell with my other hand, and I will cast with the crystal that I have, I will cast Guiding Bolt as a cantrip, because I'm the brokenest thing ever.
That's insane.
Targeting, I can only do it twice. Targeting the critter that is nomming at advantage, I believe, because... Alright, Guiding Bolt at advantage. Advantage... Pew! Does an 11 hit it?
Unfortunately, an 11 does not hit it, but
No.
so you kind of throw your hand out. This arc of light goes speeding past and just kind of burns up in the greenery.
Throw a hand out and miss my shot and my turn. Yeah.
That we reach their turn.
Pop, 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 pop. I'm still glowing though.
This one up here, I don't know if anybody can actually see this.
Nope.
Okay. So don't worry about it.
I know, it was a tremendous amount of effort for not much in return.
You did this huge, like, Transformers fucking build up with fucking cannons coming off your back and fucking tires coming out your feet, and then you fire out this huge ion blast into the building way in the back.
And I look damn fucking heroic doing it. It's alright.
And
I have spell slots left, and I plan to use all of them on every encounter.
so, Topi, you see another dog kind of explode. You could have sworn that there was nothing there previously, but as it comes into the bright light, suddenly this huge dog comes barreling towards you, kind of trailing shadow as it comes.
Oh, puppy!
It is going to make a bite attack at you.
Oh, no, down! I don't think it should do that.
20. Not
I still don't think it should do that.
Okay. But does it succeed in doing that?
No, my armor class is 31.
Okay. So that does 12 points of piercing damage, and I would like you to make a DC 13 strength saving throw.
Is this against a magical effect?
It is not against a magical effect. It is about getting knocked over by the huge dog that is trying to eat your arm.
Oi, this dog is going into the stratosphere next turn. Strength saving throw. Here we go. Not at advantage. All right.
No!
Don't worry, I have so much movement, it doesn't matter.
Okay, you are now prone.
Awesome. I love being on my back. Infer from that
then-
what you will.
Okay.
It's a sexual thing.
Let's not unpack that right now. And then the other one, kind of, pull, like you can see it kind of like shifting and like pulling its feet and like not looking very happy at the situation. And then it just kind of throws its head back and lets out a haunting, echoing, and deeply unnatural howl. That's not helpful. you letting me display that. Is a DC 11 Wisdom saving throw. This is what it does. So any beast or human within 300 feet of the Mastiff and able to hear its howl must succeed on a DC 11 Wisdom saving throw. Be frightened for 1 minute.
Is that all of us?
That's all. That's yeah. I think that's all of you.
I fly instantly 300 feet up in the air.
Is this a magical effect?
I don't believe so. I think it is just kind of an effect.
It's a dog effect.
It's a dog effect.
I ain't afraid of no
Wow.
shadow dog.
I'm
Oh,
so
boy.
scared of this big dog.
It's
Oh
a
my
very
God.
frightening dog.
You feel your shoulder get a little wet, Cynthia.
Ew. Yucky. Alright.
And then let's see. So you two are frightened, and I need to make a saving throw.
The last name is so pretty.
He's fine. All right. So that is its turn. One last thing.
I finally started using the condition things on D&D Beyond.
I saw you do that back in the mini campaign, and I was like, oh, that's so cool.
Yeah.
So I am doing it too.
Okay, and then this one is going to make. Let's see, do I have this set correctly? I think I'm just gonna have to roll it twice. And so you see yet another dog burst into
Good grief.
Kristen over here, taking a bite at that guy.
On the plus side, we can't see most of them right now.
Means that we don't care if they die.
Sounds
Can't form emotional
disgusting.
attachment with something in darkness.
And he is prone. Okay, Edom, it is your turn.
I'm frightened.
You're frightened.
So I'm paralyzed to Pynthia's shoulder. Can I do anything?
So you have disadvantage on ability checks and attack rolls while the source of fear is within line of sight, and you can't willingly move closer to the source of fear.
Can I turn around?
Yes.
And
Every
walk
now and
backwards
then.
Into every now and then.
No, wait, that's falling apart. Sorry.
If I'm in line of sight, does turning around?
You're still within
I'm
line
not
of
scared
sight.
anymore. Not
You
my
can-
line of sight. It's
I mean, technically this is true. You could also close your eyes,
I think line of
but
sight
that will also impose disadvantage.
in D&D, line of sight is like line of sight of the creature.
okay, gotcha. That's what
So
I
if
figured. I was just
If the creature can
Wondering.
see you, you can see it. Line
Because
of
your
sight.
your view is technically omnidirectional.
gotcha.
Because we don't keep track of who's facing where.
Okay, gotcha. Well, Edom is going to slide off of Pynthia's shoulder and turn into a whole boy.
Oh boy.
Full-size boy. In
Oh
the
boy.
face of these giant dogs, I'm really scared, so I'm going to become
A bigger snack.
a bigger snack that's going to be harder to get, hopefully, in Edom's mind. So I am changing from tiny to medium,
Alright.
and
It's
it's
a
a
big
bonus
step
action.
for you.
So it is a big step. I look exactly the same, just 3 times as large.
Sort of like, I'm now a regular sized person, and this was a fucking huge bird.
That's true. I hadn't thought about that. And I am also going to, just to see what happens, because I don't know how to use this yet. I'm going to take out. I'd probably pick an acorn for this. I'm going to take out an acorn out of my pack, and I'm going to try to infuse it with the smell of an alpha dog.
Okay.
So
Does your pack get bigger as well?
every item on me gets scales equally unless I drop it. So this
How
acorn
big
is
is this
currently
acorn?
this acorn is probably the size of a football right now, but it's going to get acorn sized again when I throw it because whenever I drop it or let go of something, it
We
goes
could-
back
we
to
could-
normal
We
size.
could give you a ruby, put it in your pack, and then in
There are
large,
so many opportunities for chaos in this.
forget the campaign. Let's just start a jeweler's.
Okay. Anyway.
Just to be clear, as soon as the ruby is put down, it will return to its normal size.
Yes,
It's
but
her
as long as
okay,
I'm the
it's her
last
jeweler.
one
a
that
different
leaves.
way to
What if we cut off her hand?
Then the hand also returns to its normal
Oh
size.
gosh, a tiny amputated hand. No. Okay. Anyway, I'm allowed to, through magical tinkering, imbue a tiny non-magical object with a magical property of my choice. I don't know if that should have been done before I transformed because now it's not tiny anymore.
Still tiny in proportion to them, right?
A grapefruit is considered tiny.
If I drop
it's-
it, touch it when it's tiny. Does that
I will
work?
say that it still counts as tiny because I think even an
Okay.
acorn grown proportionally will still be smaller than a cat.
Okay, that's true. So what I'm going to do is have it emit odor of an alpha dog. And
Okay.
I'm going to throw it next time I have an action at the dogs.
I'll allow you to throw it as a free item interaction.
Okay, well I'm going to throw it as hard as
Okay.
I can.
Make me a strength check.
Oh gosh.
Okay.
You
A
pick
really good
Cynthia.
clicker. Again, a character with a 0 strength score. Every single one of my PCs has a 0 strength score.
Okay. And which direction were you throwing it?
I'm throwing it at Topi because she's glowing. I know she won't get hit by it.
Okay.
At least I'm hoping that will happen.
So I will say that your hucked acorn lands here.
Oh, rip. Did not go very far.
It did not.
Allergic to
alright.
acorns, Toby.
And then, anything else you'd like to do?
I think that's everything that Edom could think of in this turn.
Alright.
Oh.
And then at the end of your turn, you can make another wisdom saving throw.
Okay, I will do that. My Roll20 keeps crashing, so if it wisdom saving throw. Wow. Crashed again. What's going on? I rolled
you
a
are
5.
You are still frightened.
I'm still frightened.
It's just you got bigger, and you're like, maybe if I'm bigger, the dog will be less frightening. The dog.
And then I look at it again, and I'm like, ah!
All right, Penthea.
Okay, so I'm a little bit scared, but I can do some stuff without getting closer. So I would like to Eldritch Blast.
He doesn't
I forgot
this
you were a
one.
warlock.
This one. Oh, sorry, I meant to do it at disadvantage. I'm so sorry. Of course,
Just
Cool.
roll another 20.
we got
Just do it.
We got this.
Wow.
9.
A 9 unfortunately does not hit as it goes skidding past the alpha, almost hitting Tofi on the way past.
Sorry.
Cool.
But then as a bonus action, I'm gonna do cast my tentacle,
Okay.
Oh.
and my tentacle is gonna go right there. I can cast a tentacle within 60 feet. And when I cast it, I can also make an attack roll with it.
All right. So what does this look like as you summon it up?
So like my Eldritch Blast went out, and it's kind of like this like kelp, like deep green, and it just kind of like swung past, and I'm like, ah! And then I am like, I've done this before, and I like kind of like squint, and I think really hard, and these kind of like midnight blue tentacles come raising out of the ground, and are like there's like 3 of them, right? So 2 of them are like really angry, and I think the third one does a little wave at me and then goes into anger, and they are gonna lash out and attack.
All right.
This is exciting. Okay, and they do actually. Hang on, sorry. character who dis.
Same.
Melee spell attack. Does it give me? Oh, there we go. Would this be also disadvantage?
Would, because you are the one making the attack.
No.
Gotcha. Okay, so that's a 21.
21 or 17 rather.
Oh,
hits.
sorry, 17. Okay, and so it takes cold damage, and its speed is reduced by 10 feet until the start of my next turn.
All right.
Wow.
Noted.
This is so exciting.
Let me put a little snail on it. Is there a snail? There it is.
Yeah.
And so these kind of you tentacle slap the dog, and you hear it kind of yelp out in pain. This does seem to have landed a pretty solid hit on it.
Okay. And then wisdom saving throw.
Correct.
Okay.
DC 11.
We got this. We got this. Ah.
All right.
All right.
The fear effect ends for you as you finally you hit it with a tentacle, and you're like, dogs can get hit with tentacles. What's so frightening about that?
Creatures of the deep are much more dangerous than dogs.
Yes. You just kind of sit there and reflect on the existence of sharks for 6 seconds. And you're like, you know what, I'm good.
Yeah.
All right. So ending their turn, Drox.
Drock's gonna shuffle down a little bit. Just to
Shuffling is
see
a free action.
Well, it's a movement action. As finishes like winding back the rush on the crossbow, out of a sleeve is gonna wiggle a little weasel who's gonna deposit a bolt on the crossbow before reverse wiggling back up the sleeve.
That's so cute.
Beth, you are both so gruesome and so gross and so cute at the same time. Like, it's it's so good.
You're disgustingly cute.
Thank you. No one else fire the crossbow.
Okay. Are you aiming for the nearer dog?
I'm aiming for the nearest dog, yes.
Okay.
Actually, yes.
Oh
yeah.
my gosh.
Imbued by weasel energy.
Wait, are you still frightened? Did you save from frightened?
Yeah,
I saved, yeah.
Yes.
Drox was never affected. Very
Oh.
nice. 14 points of damage. Again, does not quite
Druck said too cool.
sinks in deep, but the dog seems to shake it off surprisingly easily. Anything
Back
else?
to winding up the crossbow.
Okay. All right.
We all had the same thought at the same time.
So you see this cloaked figure kind of leap back up to their feet. The hood kind of falling back as they do. You can see just a mess, or those of you close enough and with the vision to see, just like this mess of dark hair, and seems to be wearing this kind of polished wood owl's mask that entirely covers their face, and is going to make however many attacks they can make. So on the one in front of them, I am clicking and nothing is happening. No. Yes. Sweet. And then you see them disappear in a puff of kind of curl of shadow. Disappearing from here and reappearing.
Oh, there we go. I was like, well, we're done.
It's like my duty here is finished. And it's just gonna kind of appear over there, and Tofi.
All right. I will do a little kick up back to my feet, which will use half my movement, which is 22.5 feet, which I guess rounds up to 25, leaving me with 20 feet of movement left. All right. I'm trying to figure out how I do this. I don't think I can. All right. I am going to slam my head into the dog in front of me.
Okay.
With my horns. So here that comes. Does a 12 hit it?
A 12 does in fact hit it, just barely.
Awesome.
So
Take
cute.
my horn.
All
Is
right.
this bludgeoning damage?
No, it's face damage. I guess it should have a damage type. It's probably bludgeoning.
I'll hit you with my face.
All right. So, kind of coming in and ramming it. The dog is very solid. Seems to emit shadow and seems to be mostly unfazed by your attack.
All right. Well, I will now. Let's see. 20 feet of movement left. Back up. 5, 10 to there.
All right. It is going to make an attack of opportunity as you do so. It is not going to make an attack of opportunity. Thought you had that.
Yeah. I need to be able to run away from things so I can run back at them. All right. So now I have achieved optimal separation. And I, as a bonus action, will summon forth another star arrow into my bow and shoot that over at them. So this is a starry little archer thing, and I could have done this when I summoned it too, but we're learning things. So 22 hit it.
22 certainly hits it.
All right. So this is 6 points of radiant, I believe. Yes, radiant damage. Why doesn't it say the damage types on there? Oh, because I didn't enter the damage type.
That would do it. So this bright arrow thuds in and appears to sink deep into the thing's flank. It kind of lets out a yelp. Anything else?
2 stars.
I get it. I get what you did there.
And it was your star druid. It's like,
Yeah.
Would eat there again.
What else do I have? I have a no, that was my bonus action. I think I'm done. I have a little bit more movement, but you know. I'll move another 10 feet away from it. In this direction. For no particular reason. I am definitely done now.
This map is so cool.
Alright. Bringing us to the Alpha's turn. So they do seem to scent the air a little bit in the direction of your acorn, but currently are... It is
Which I
too
just
far.
dropped.
Yeah, it's too far away for them to be particularly interested in it. So this one is going to go 5, 10, 15. Oh, that's not what I meant to do. Does not go into token space.
just right underneath.
Yeah.
Just checks up.
So it is going to come back to you and make another bite attack.
All right.
Only a 7.
A 7 is below my armor class.
All right. So this time you manage to kind of jump out of the way,
Whoop.
and then
These things are playful, aren't they?
Or just really scary.
that one's gonna go up there. It's gonna make a bite attack. That'll hit.
Is that person like behind a fence or on a roof?
They just kind of they are on the ground.
Okay.
Is that's like down a level?
There's
Or there's a wall there?
Yeah, there's a wall here.
So we can't actually see them. Or is it?
And then this alpha is going to make a strength saving throw to see if it can free itself. 12. What was your spell save DC?
Get wrecked.
Alright, it is staying put.
It's 14.
Okay. Alright. Edom,
I'm going to
you
try
are
to keep
still
my
afraid.
closer, if I'm not afraid anymore.
You are still afraid.
Okay. Do I roll at the end of my turn?
At the end of your turn, yes.
Oh. So I guess moving down on the map would be considered moving closer to them? If I went here.
No, it would keep you in the same,
Okay.
as Casey is illustrating.
Gotcha, thank you. Okay.
Non-Euclidean geometry.
Full-size boy, you know, like early 20s, late teens, that kind of look. Still going through the very end of puberty. He's very leggy. Goes over and tries to kick the acorn towards the dogs.
Alright, make me an athletics check.
Okay. Can I construe this to be acrobatic somehow?
You can make me a very good argument right now about what about kicking an acorn is related to acrobatics.
I'm gonna scamper over and spin around and try to kick it.
No, it's athletics.
I don't think you can't just add a spin before a task to make it acrobatic. I would like to craft this helicopter. Okay, make me an intelligence check. Oh, why did I spin around first? Does that make it acrobatics?
Anyway, I make it 12. Which could have been a 17, but it's not.
Alright. I also hate to bring this up, but you are still frightened, so you do still have disadvantage.
Oh.
Look at the bright side, it could be better. It's not, though. So it goes kind of...
So sad.
Thunk.
Okay. He can't do anything else other than,
Okay.
try to
I'll call that a free item interaction, not your full action.
Oh, really? Okay, gotcha. I'm gonna try, Ray of Frost.
Alright. Who is your target?
These rolls are so bad.
Doesn't matter.
Where...
The doggy! The first
Okay.
doggy that I can see. Holy
Alright,
moly.
yes, it does go wide.
Panicked shot after missing the acorn, just stumbling over himself. You get the impression that he's not only going through the awkwardness of the late stages of puberty, he's also just really uncoordinated sometimes. So yeah, he tries to, you know, double time it with the acorn and the Ray of Frost.
Tries to do both things at the same time and it just doesn't go well.
But you also think maybe it's not puberty, maybe the fact that he was like 2 feet tall. Sorry, not 2 feet tall. 1 foot tall earlier and is now, you know, 5, middling 6 feet tall. Yeah.
He just has a lot more leg than he was expecting.
Yeah, yep.
This is... Oh, you can't see my ruler. This is one
I
foot.
can. Oh, he's smaller than that. He's like 8 inches tall.
Okay.
Alright, Penthea.
Alright, I am going to move a bit closer and nod to Drox. Nice to meet you. Introductions will happen later. And I will Eldritch Blast this doggo again.
Alright. Ooh, 22 hit.
7 points of force damage.
Very nice.
So...
The dog yelps and seems to be kind of stumbling barely on its feet.
Okay. Knowing that, my tentacle will move closer. It has an attack range of 10 feet. Do I need to move it? Can I attack from there? Or do I need to move it one closer? Oh,
hold on.
One closer. Okay.
Yes.
Thank you. So focused on. Okay, and it will lash out at that doggo again.
Alright.
Oh.
Unfortunately,
I got a 1.
it slaps just well wide of it, putting kind of cracking a cobblestone in half as it does so.
Wanton destruction of city property.
And the next part of the campaign is just going to be community service. Anything else?
That will be I think I'm gonna move here. That's my final movement. So yeah, that's where I moved. Yeah.
Right. Drox.
Gonna circle around some more. And as the weasel wiggles out again to deposit another bolt, gonna fire off another. 15.
15 will hit.
10.
10 points. This one again sinks in deep, but the dog wavers and is just barely on its feet.
How just barely we talking? Give me just barely, just barely?
Barely, just.
We're sending out the weasel.
I don't know what that means.
We're sending out the weasel. Alright, hold on.
Okay.
Let me check the exact numbers for this.
Weasel shot.
Weasel shot.
It just gets like really
those
straight.
T-shirt
Like,
cannons, yeah.
Does a 24 hit?
Oh my god.
What are you doing?
I sent out the weasel.
What mechanic is associated with
Hey.
sending out the weasel?
A familiar is allowed to make an attack.
Okay.
So
I
I'm
don't-
sending out the weasel.
I don't think familiars can make attacks.
Pretty sure they can.
Where's the text of Find Familiar?
Okay, hold on. Let me click find
Well,
familiar.
it's a.
Whoa.
Oh Jesus.
In combat, it rolls its own initiative and it acts on its
A
own.
familiar can't attack.
Oh, it
Halfway
can
down.
attack. We can take other
But it
actions.
can
Okay.
deliver a spell.
Just so we're clear, though, that weasel rolled a 24. So if it could attack, it would have fucked that
It would
thing
have
up.
fucked the dog up. However, unfortunately.
Yeah, the 1 point of damage it did would be halved to 0.
I think it stays
That's
with
so
1.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
I'm gonna let you in on a little secret. Even if the weasel had done 1 damage, the dog would still be alive.
Well, the weasel crawls out of the sleeve again and makes a little snapping motion. Just thinking, what could have been?
You just like hold it back. It's like.
Let me at him, let me at him.
And it goes back up the sleeve.
My cat
Alright.
still hasn't woken up.
And that is all. Your cat is me. Well, it's not, but I haven't woken up either. That's what I meant.
This is happening behind a wall.
Chop chop.
Chop chop.
Or stab stab, I guess.
Bad.
Are any of us? I guess you're using a crossbow. Nobody else is really using weapons in any way.
Alright.
I'm the wizard.
It's gonna be interesting.
This person's icon is really cool.
Actually, you know what? He has a brain. He's gonna use it. He's gonna go there. Alright, Tofi.
Alright. I'm gonna grab the dog.
Oh my god.
Okay, please attempt to grapple the dog.
Here, kitty, kitty, kitty. What is
Okay,
this?
the dog now has advantage.
Athletics.
Yes.
I clicked it. 13.
Right. He's going to be contested also by athletics. 14. You attempt to grab the dog, and the dog wiggles out from your grip.
Alright. I will, that does count as an attack, though.
It does.
I will, take a step back from it. Very dejected, using 5.5 of my seconds of my turn to sulk. And then I will shoot it with another star arrow
Alright.
as a bonus action. Pew!
That'll do it.
Pew! 10 points of radiant
Alright,
damage.
and with that, The dog dissolves with a howl, as if the radiant energy of this arrow kind of eats through it.
Hey, well, sorry that was so boring. Alright, so I moved back 5 feet. Gotta go. 10, back to where I was. 11, not 11, 15, 20, excuse me, tentacle, 25, 30,
I'd love to high five you.
35, realizes that it's too close to that dog, 40,
She's just thinking.
45, and I'll end my turn there. I've moved 5 total, or no, I guess 15 total feet and 45 feet of movement. And that's all I can do.
Alright. This one is going to once again try to pull itself out of the entangle. And it's going to succeed this time, although I believe that is its action.
Man.
And
Something
then
I
it's
can
going
succeed
to
at
go
a saving roll.
right up there, but cannot do anything yet.
Oh, I can do something soon.
And this dog is going to go 5. Giving up on that dude. And 15, 20, 25.
Is that area considered difficult terrain?
Yes, it was.
corner.
It has 40 feet of movement,
Oh.
which is going to put it
So
there.
fast.
Yeah.
Oh.
On top of the fence?
Oh yeah, I guess that is a good point. It'll go here. And then it will make an attack on Tofi.
Don't worry, I'm our tank. I'm definitely gonna go down sometime soon.
You're supposed to be going up.
Yeah, I know, I'm
not
trying.
this time.
Alright. Well, that is below my armor class.
Alright, eat him.
I actually forgot to do my wisdom saving throw last time.
You can do it now.
Okay.
Because you were so afeared.
I was so afraid that I forgot to think of it.
Are you afraid in real life? DC 11.
Baby boy.
Unfortunately,
Oh my gosh. I have
Full of
failed
fear.
every single thing I've done so far.
I think the thing is that Edom is still like stuck where he's like he doesn't realize now that he's bigger than the dogs.
That's true. Very true. Why don't I try to make an eldritch cannon where I'm at, because I apparently can't get any closer. So I'm gonna crouch down on the ground and try creating an eldritch cannon.
All right, what mechanic is associated with that?
Create eldritch cannon, actually.
What the fuck is an eldritch cannon?
Hold on.
I am going to be creating a
Let's
flamethrower cannon.
take an action to magically create a small or tiny eldritch cannon, unoccupied space, on a horizontal surface within 5 feet of you. A small eldritch cannon occupies its space, and a tiny one can be held in one hand. You can't do so until you finish a long rest. You can have one cannon at a time. It has an AC of 18 and a number of hit points equal to 5 times your artificer level. It is immune to poison damage.
And psychic damage.
What the fuck is D&D become?
What's your subclass?
My subclass is artillerist, which I also can't pronounce.
Artillerist?
Thank you. Artillerist.
And whether it has legs. Does it have legs?
We've got a regular Torbjorn on our hands here.
Well, it has legs
Yeah,
to support
right.
itself, but that's it. So it's going to be a little log conjured out of thin air, and it does have little stilt legs with like twigs. And weirdly enough, it's going to be shooting fire when I can do that, which I think is next turn. Actually, that might be the bonus action for this turn.
Oh yeah, on each of your turns you can take a bonus action to cause the cannon to activate as long as you're in 60 feet of it.
Okay, so
Okay, so
let's not do the flamethrower. Actually, that doesn't make any sense because I can't get anybody in that. He would know that. I'm going to try doing a force ballista. Which is exactly what it sounds like.
Hold on, I'm trying to find you a log.
Oh, thank you. You don't have to do that right now. I can just draw a little noodle.
Okay. Let's see. Is
There
this...
you go. I'll give it a little stick.
There we go. Now you
Oh,
have
that's
a log.
perfect. Thank you.
Where would you like the log to be? Oh, I have to. You'll have to just ping where you want it. I actually can't give you
Okay.
control.
That's actually right where I wanted it, and I'm going to try to fire at this right here.
All right, go for it. Roll
Force
2
ballista attack.
attack.
Sorry, this is a lot of text.
So
It seems to just be
it's a ranged spell.
It
attack.
says 0. Just is it my spell attack or is it
Your
the
spell
cannon?
attack.
Okay,
Your
gotcha.
spell attack.
If you scroll
one
down
second.
under your actions, it might be there because that's like where my
I see it there.
attack was down below.
This might actually roll the spell description again, so bear with me for a
Well,
second.
let's find out. Nope. Well, no, because that rolled the flamethrower.
Roll the flamethrower. Okay. What the heck? Here we go. Rats.
All right. So unfortunately, it does go wild.
Edom is just trying everything and everything is failing. This is so sad. Okay. Sorry about that, and it just like, I'm assuming
Just goes into somebody's wall.
goes over the alleyway, just way off into the distance. There's just a lot of banging and like noises happening over near him. Yeah, and a very stinky acorn. But I'm done. I have nothing else I can do.
Or, well, first you need to make a wisdom saving throw.
Oh gosh.
There you go.
Oh my gosh.
We're now
okay, wow.
no longer afraid of the dog.
Oh, thank you.
All right, Penthea.
My turn.
Okay, so a 5-foot cube would just be a 2x2 square, right?
Yes.
Okay, so I'm gonna cast Cloud of Daggers right there.
5-foot cube is
Wait, no,
just
5 foot
one
cubes is a
square.
5 foot. Yeah, it's 1 square.
Because a 5-foot cube is 5 feet on each side. What you just did is 5-foot radius.
All right.
On each side.
So yeah, so it'll be one of them.
So it can only get one of them.
Yes.
Why do I remember Cloud of Daggers being so much bigger? So, on a point. So if I just did, it would still only get one of them if I put it here, right? Because it doesn't.
You would have. I think it has to be in their space to get them.
Oh, right. Oh, this spell did not. Keep spinning daggers in a cube 5 feet on each side. Fill the air with spinning daggers in a cube 5 feet on each side. Never mind. I can't. I'll figure this out later. All right. I am going to.
You could hit both dogs with that.
That is confusing.
I can't.
That just-
right.
No, you can. So that just
Oh,
means
okay.
that the square you choose has no daggers. All squares surrounding it does have daggers. So if you put it right here, it would hit all dogs. If you put it right here, so just draw a square and then take out the very center square. So it's like a 3x3 square and
It's a
take out the
shell.
center square.
Okay. All right. Because I knew it was bigger than that. All right. Thank you.
So it's like making a room where the walls are made of daggers.
Sure.
Is that how do you get what you
How
just
do you
said
get
from
it?
the
Okay, you fill the air with spinning daggers in a cube 5 feet on each side.
so that's 5 by 5 by 5. 5 feet on each side.
I actually misunderstood that as well. I thought it was saying it fills the air around that 5 feet.
I think remove the fill the air because that is flavor text, I think. The important part is that it is a cube 5 feet on each side, and that when you enter the spell's area, you take the damage.
Okay, yeah, no, I misunderstood. I thought it was all surrounding parts of the cube.
No, I see how you got there, but I think that it's flavor text that's doing it, not mechanical.
The wording is confusing.
Yeah.
It is.
I might need to swap out this spell because it's not what I thought.
That spell's not very good, yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
No, especially for second level.
Yeah. Sorry, I
Like going through a car wash made of
and
bags.
being a warlock with so few spells.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway,
So,
okay.
but
I
in
will.
this case, you have it and have cast it, and
Oh, I have. Okay, so where am I putting it?
Okay, this one time I will let you retract it since we all
Okay.
kind of started with it.
No, it's okay. I will cast it.
Somebody and held
I
them
will
inside.
put it there. Wait a minute.
No, that doesn't do anything.
I know. Hang on, I gotta move it. I will put it here.
I mean, you could theoretically center it between the two of them and hit both of them.
I don't think you could do
I
that.
didn't
I
hit
don't think
you.
that's
All right.
how. I don't. If we weren't playing on a battle map, maybe.
What if we stack the dogs?
Alright, I cast it.
I'm on it.
Here. I will use my bonus action to attack the tentacle, the one right to the right of it that I just centered.
So you're attacking. So you daggered one, and now you're smacking the other.
Well,
Or are you smacking the one you daggered?
I'm smacking the one I daggered.
Okay, but you're not smacking the one you daggered.
I
You
am
attempt to
not.
smack the one you daggered.
Yeah, I sure did.
Okay, anything else?
That's all.
Okay. Drox.
Drox. Gonna start firing off another
Weasel.
Weasel blessed arrow.
Weasel blessed bolt. Only a 7 this time.
Unfortunately, no. Is this one? The weasel's little paw just accidentally hits it as it's crawling back up your sleeve.
Not his best work. We'll have words
Best
later.
work. Performance review.
That'll be all.
All right. That brings us back to this dude. Who's gonna pop down to there, just kind of fizzling in and out of shadow, and then moving 15, 20, and is going to make 2 attacks at advantage.
This dude looks pretty shady.
I mean, he is one of my NPCs.
Oh. Wow.
Alright, those two finding purchase. And Tofi.
Tofi stamps her foot in petulance for a moment. Now that her path of egress is blocked. What do I want to do to the poor dogs? Alright, I don't think I can grab them, though I really want to try. Because I can't move there, there's a wall there. Can I move through the tentacle?
Yeah, it's friendly. It won't. Oh, sorry.
Or does it
That's not
occupy
my
a
call.
space?
It does occupy.
Is it like a spiritual weapon thing, or is it like a thing?
Let me see.
I guess it's not. All right.
tentacle.
Jeeps.
So it's spectral.
All right. Because last time I moved into a tentacle square, I had to stay for a while.
I didn't have a pineapple in my hands.
I didn't. And in a glaring continuity error, the pineapple is no longer in her hands.
She ate it all.
She ate it all.
You consumed it for star power.
I did.
It's true. Burned it up.
All right. I will instead. Fuck it. All right. I'm going. Oh, but there's fucking daggers there too now. God damn it. All right. I'm gonna try to. I guess I can go backwards. All right. I'm going to try to grapple this one.
Okay.
Which should be with it. Is that with advantage? Because this is an attack.
It is being menaced by another.
Flanking.
Yeah, I'll allow it.
All right. There's so many ways this is not going to work, but I don't care. All right.
Okay.
Here's the athletics check. 17. We're doing okay. Doing okay.
Alright, that's a 7. The dog is grappled.
All right. Now, that's my action. I will, now that I have it grappled, I'm gonna... I don't know if I can do this, but, you make a ranged spell. I'm gonna assume that I can't do that, with something in my hands. Alright, I am going to, drag the dog with me.
Okay. Having your movement speed.
Having my movement speed. And this will provoke from the other one. So I'm going to go 5, 10, assuming that the attack of opportunity doesn't hit me and I don't go down. Or I don't fail the saving throw to knock me prone from that attack. Is this going to work?
You're right, there was so much that could go.
I have thought through all of this. It has to hit me first. It doesn't hit me!
Oh.
Yes! Alright, now that I have pulled the dog there, I have gone, I don't have any special things cast on me yet. So
Your jumping is inhibited.
so I've now used 20 feet of movement, so I have 25 feet of movement left. This is gonna be the weakest jump ever. Alright. We gotta try this though. We're doing it. Alright, so now I will, having moved 10 feet, I will try to leap into the air with the Mastiff.
Okay.
Here, I can, those are the rules for jumping.
Thank you. I was about to look those up. So we're high jumping?
High jumping, and I have moved there. So my high jump equals 3 plus your strength modifier if you move at least 10 feet before.
Okay.
But I also have mirthful leaping, which adds more to that.
To it. Okay, so roll for that.
Alright. So
Oh my god.
it's an
So you've
11
gone 11 feet in the air.
Mirthfully.
mirthfully. I literally go wee as I do this. Alright.
Edam's just like,
And I mean, we're both gonna have to come down anyway.
Casey,
So
how healthy are you, Casey?
I have 6 hit points. It's
Actually,
fine.
you know what? We all need to learn from this.
Alright.
I will not assist.
And I'm not gonna release the grapple because we're gonna come down together anyway. So
Uh-huh.
and as a bonus action, I will cast Healing Word because it doesn't have any somatic components on myself. And the Healing Word is wee! Alright, so here we go. First level. Yeah.
Not
Back-
bad.
Okay,
Back up
7 points
to-
of healing damage, and then anything else happening on your turn?
Well, I'm up 11.
is this not enough?
I'm aware. Is there anything else that you would like to do as you're
No,
pressing
I
in
mean-
this jump?
Yeah, I guess that's fine.
Okay, then at the end of your turn, you fall 11 feet and you both take 1d6 fall damage.
Let me add
Which is
13.
three.
Sad if we just saw her jump up and then fall like that and then wipe out on the ground.
3 points of
I'm
damage.
not prone.
That'd be so sad.
Halved to 1 for the dog.
No.
This is magical falling damage. Alright.
It is not.
Proof of concept.
Okay.
And I take
It
You're
works.
hired. You're hired.
Functional.
3.
I
Your
can
dragon starts to
jumping works.
Alright, cool. I look very impressed. It is still grappled though, because I did not release
It is still grappled, and to be fair, jumping 11 feet in the air while grappling a giant dog does look very impressive. It's just that then she falls down and you just hear, ow.
Alright. I think I showed it.
Okay. You certainly showed it something.
You showed that dog.
Can I jump that dog?
Edith
Alright.
is just stunned.
Can you imagine if you just like you meet a stranger on the street, and hypothetically you're fighting dogs with the stranger, and the stranger
As
grabs
you
the
do.
dog, and then it jumps 11 feet straight up in the air.
It's hero time.
This is your introduction. All right.
Wait, hold
So
on.
it was a Pavlovian fear response. Whenever he hears
Still
the
got it.
words.
Concentration stays like a boss.
Nice.
All right. The dog is. Oh my god. Does grappling restrain you? I can't remember.
No, it grapples you.
It grapples you, so it's just gonna make a regular attack at you.
Oh gosh.
Which one do you have?
I picked the big one.
The big one. 22.
Doesn't hit because it's grappled.
Okay, that's not how that works. 13 points of piercing damage.
Alright, I am unconscious.
Good golly.
As the
Display of power and emotion.
as the dog, not happy about being yanked 11 feet up in the air, then brought down on its head, sinks its teeth into your leg.
I like
And
to think there's a long pause after they both hit the ground, and it just like leans over and just chomps you.
and then it stands up, shaking off your limp arms. So that's its action. And then the other one is starting its turn in your cloud of daggers.
Ugh. 6 points of slashing damage.
Oof.
1, 1, 1, 3.
That's,
Yeah.
that's a roll.
That's. I fucking hate this spell now.
Okay, but the good news is it is magical damage, so it's not halved.
Gosh, that's awful. I'm so sorry.
So
Oh,
bad.
actually, you know what? I take it back. The dog did take full damage from the fall.
Oh,
So
thank you,
it
Dora.
takes because it's in bright light right now.
Get wrecked! Wait, does that mean its attack is at disadvantage?
No.
Okay.
Worth a shot?
Okay.
And then this one is going to take an attack at a stranger, which will hit.
Oh,
Woof.
no. Wolf is right.
Oof.
Oh gosh.
Okay. Not looking great, but he's still up. All right, eat him.
I'm in awe of what I just saw, and also worried about this poor stranger who just leaped 11 feet in the air and then got bit in the face by a dog. I'm gonna reload the cannon, which I think I can do. I don't know how any of this works.
I think it loads itself.
The cannon of
Okay,
inadequacy.
cannon I pat it encouragingly and it reloads itself, and I'm going to try to with a dog that is right here. This one.
Okay. Attack roll.
Attack roll. I hope it's not a 1. Is this like a bad idea?
I don't know.
Pot to kettle! I think this is great!
Find out what
Please remember what we just watched play out.
Okay.
we're gonna die to dogs.
Okay. I'm trying to get that dog.
Can I
No,
get
there's
that
so
dog?
much information. I'm so sorry.
Can I hit that dog?
Really, there's so much. Oh gosh, I don't know where it went. Hang on one second. I rolled 20. It keeps crashing. So I'm not sure what's up with that. Force Ballista, Eldritch Cannon. Please, let me hit something. Oh no. It's an 8.
Unfortunately.
You guys, this is a bad omen for this.
Why is it only? Why is it only? What's your intelligence modifier?
+4.
Okay. This still wouldn't make you hit, but that isn't the right number. Because it's a spell attack. It should be using your spell attack, which would be intelligence is you cast with intelligence, so it would be intelligence plus proficiency.
My proficiency is +2.
Yeah, so you should be at +6, which will not make this hit. But
Weird. I don't know what everything's
But it's
split
also-
out and need to be on. I don't know why that's not. I don't know what's next.
yeah, we'll take a look at it later.
Okay.
So unfortunately, I believe that was your bonus action, so that goes wide. So you still have an action left.
All right, I'm going to try to Ray of Frost again. Let's
Right.
see if I can hit something at all ever. 21. Oh my
All
God.
right.
Aiming at the same dog because I'm really worried about this poor little satyr.
Okay.
Tanked herself onto the ground. It hits for 2 cold damage. I can't
Right.
believe it.
2
I'm
cold
gonna
damage.
say ah as I cast it.
I think there's gonna be a lot of screaming in this campaign.
Yes, me too.
All right. Pen.
All right, I am gonna reach down to Tofi and do healing hands. So you get 3 points of healing
Woo!
as my action. I know, right? And then are you still grappling this
I think grapple breaks if you lose consciousness.
Okay. All right. I am then gonna do a telekinetic shove and push the dog that's on top of her back. So it needs to make a DC. Oh, I wish it. Hang on. I'll do the flavor text or the not flavor text, but the
Description. Text.
description. So bonus action, I can telekinetically shove one creature within 30 feet.
Okay.
And I'm gonna push it 5 feet back.
Okay. That is a failure.
Mhm.
No. Or
Fine.
good. That's good. That's good.
All right, so it'll go there.
And I will
So many numbers.
move there. Still kind of like checking in on Tofi. Hey, that was a cool trick you did. Are you okay?
Awesome.
All right, and that is my turn.
All right. Oh, sorry. Drox.
Drox is gonna go and stick himself between the dog and the jump. Gonna turn and sort of wiggle his arm, sort of whisper, "Finnegan, help her." The weasel sort of plops out onto
Oh my
Toby's
god.
chest, curls up and goes to sleep. And then he's going to point blank magic missile the dog.
Okay.
Oh my gosh.
Boom, right in your face.
Not great damage. 6 damage, right? 'Cause it's 3 bolts.
It's 3 dots. Yeah, 3 dots of force, so 6 damage. And
Blam,
what do
blam,
your
blam.
magic missiles look like?
Well, he would reach down and sort of put his palm of his hand on his glowing lantern. I don't know why he's crossing his fingers.
I'm really hoping that I know what you're gonna say.
And he's gonna sort of extend his other hand, and weasels.
That's everything I could have ever wanted.
Like the tail's just flying like.
Yeah. And they're like wiggly.
Bride of the Valkyries plays in the distance.
Do they look like stoats? Or are they like?
I will provide pictures of weasels in the future.
Please do.
I've been watching a lot of stoat videos, so like.
Someone does.
Well.
Okay. Alright, anything else?
No, that'll be all.
So would you call those whistles?
Whistles.
Alright. Taking a step up. Making 2 more sword attacks.
Magic whistles.
Magic whistle!
Alright, 2 24s will do it.
Oh my gosh.
Alright, the dog is once again barely on its feet.
I can fix that.
And so that will end a turn and Tofi.
All right. All right. Well, I am gonna go 5, 10. 15 to here. Kind of kick back my legs, and then I'm going to run at the mastiff.
Okay.
Here and ram it with my head.
Okay.
At normalness. Here we go. 12.
A 12 just hits.
Good. And somehow this doesn't do brain damage to me. Or maybe it does.
And with that, this dog, gored on your horns, again, with wisps of shadow, kind of dissolves. And what was once solid and threatening is now just mist spreading along the ground.
Cool. And then I'm going to bonus action. Oh, it's not up anymore. Yeah, I'll star form again using my bonus action. Because I don't know what resource management is. And use Archer, which I can fire on activation.
Okay.
I didn't do this last time, but on activation as a bonus action. And I can activate it as a bonus action. That'll use up all of that resource. Good. Checking that box. Here it comes. On the other one. Natural 20.
Alright, that'll do it.
Alright, and that is 14 points of radiant damage.
How would you like to do this?
Like a firework.
So you draw back an arrow, it goes plunging into the heart of this dog, and then as it sinks in, the head of it kind of explodes in a flurry of sparks, and with it the shadow of the dog wisps and disappears. Silence falls once again on the street.
Woohoo!
Are you guys okay? There was a lot of stuff going on. That was a lot of stuff.
I think your son may be nervous.
My what?
Your son.
Oh, he's not my son. That's ridiculous.
He looks like a watermelon.
Oh. Well, are you... You're together, then?
Oh, no. I mean, like, friend
We're just traveling together.
together. Oh. Yeah, absolutely.
Right. Is he your
That's
son?
canon.
Who are you pointing at?
Weasel.
No. The big red fellow.
No.
What
I
about him?
have no children.
That would be
no,
a coincidence.
not the person in the hood.
All right. Good. That's good. Not that having children is bad, but it tends to lock you down a bit, I hear.
It does. Okay.
Some people would say that.
I'm glad your son's okay, though.
I wave away the daggers. And I wave away. Like I go over and I I pet the tentacle a little bit, and I'm like, I wave that away too. Um. So, wait, the person in the hood still standing in the room, right?
Yes, the person in the hood, as the fighting came to an end, sheathed their sword and went back over, and kind of knelt down next to the body that is laying still on the ground, and you can see they kind of look over them for a moment, and you see them reach out and kind of shut the person's eyes.
Talk about being in the wrong place at the wrong time.
Did she die?
I think so. I think that was the death part.
Yes, unfortunately. And standing up, you can see tall, slender figure, kind of wild, long black hair that's caught back in loose braids. Has, again, this polished blonde wood mask that's kind of the visage of an owl, and is dressed in kind of smoky black leathers, and has this cloak that the hood is now fallen back. And shifts kind of well armed, although the weapons are of an unfamiliar make. Although there's an elegant kind of elven line to them.
Did you know her? She was like your daughter or something?
No, I'm not really sure why you think that everybody is related.
Well, I mean...
Is it... And then he kind of like looks around at the rest of you and says, do you... Is this like a thing? Do you...
I mean, I'm down for it if you guys are.
She just came with a pineapple and jumped, and the dog, and then she fell down, and then the dog bit, and then...
Oh, where is
got
that?
Up, and then there was a weasel, and then there was a crossbow, and then the dogs were dead, and then...
Right.
So are you
Where did your pineapple go?
It's... Just sort of pick it up out of the dirt. It's probably still...
No,
Yeah,
I'm not from around
sometimes you
here.
just take a bite out of a...
The spines really cleanse my teeth, you know?
Blood coming
No,
You take 3 points of piercing damage and fall unconscious.
we're not related. Panthea and I are new here. We just came in a week ago, and the moon is gone, and
The moon is gone?
does that happen normally? Does that happen regularly? Is it a festival or something?
I'm also not from around here.
Well,
That explains the lack of family. So you did some of the dog things that they were doing with the shadow. Are they friends of yours or pets or?
No, I kind of I ended up here on accident, and
Me too.
you also moved between the planes.
Yeah. Well, I did go
Well,
between planes.
Then we are kindred in spirit. I found...
I don't think we're related. I don't have any siblings.
It's never mind.
I when he says the in between planes, I kind of like elbow eat him.
yeah. What? I pick up. I'm holding the acorn, and it's very smelly, so I'm distracted by the smell, and also just there's a lot going on.
I whisper. He just said he moved between planes too.
Like for fun?
I mean, I don't know. I've never done it for fun.
Me neither.
Right. Okay.
Well, I don't know. There's a lot of stuff going on about families and sons and everything.
Right.
Yeah.
I don't know what's
And
going on.
I go over and I kind of like, I don't think I have much dirt on me, but I just like brush myself off a little bit and I put out my hand to introduce myself. Panthea Winifred. Nice to meet you, I guess. I mean, I don't know
doing that to who you?
To the owl hooded figure.
To the owl.
Yes.
Are you doing it too?
And he kind of seems to consider your hand for a second, and he seems slightly perplexed by it, but he kind of finally like gives you a little bit of a formal bow. My name is Pax. It's a pleasure.
Okay. I see that you
cool
didn't
name.
take my hand, but I put it across my chest and I do a little curtsy. And well, I'm like Edom, and I push him forward to introduce himself.
Kind of stumble forward. And my wings flap a little. Regain my balance. Eat him!
You could like tell, like the mask does like completely cover his face. You can't really discern facial expressions, but you can tell just from like the angle of it that he's just kind of looking at your hand again. He just kind of like after a moment just like puts his hand out but doesn't like take your hand, and it's obvious that he's just like mirroring the gesture.
It's okay, I don't know what this does either. People do that, apparently, around here.
This is a very strange place.
It is a very weird
I've
place.
seen many perplexing things in the past half hour.
Was that a sneeze, Cookie? Okay, you look like you were crying really suddenly. I was like, oh no, I'm sorry.
It's a poignant moment of roleplay.
It is a poignant moment. Eden will take the acorn and just throw it over her shoulder. Sorry about the smell. Did you expect those dogs to come in, or was
Well,
that
I'm not,
equally a surprise to you?
I mean, I haven't expected anything that's happened to me today. When I fell through some of the rifts here, I've discovered that some creatures from my plane seem to have fallen through them as well, and I was concerned about the kind of havoc that they could wreak on this sort of place. Unfortunately, and my fears were, and he kind of glances back over towards the still body on the ground, have been proven correct.
What plane did you fall from?
I hail from the Shadowfell.
Did this happen tonight?
That explains the shadows.
Yes, it was. I was traveling with some companions. We were under the command of Our Lady. We often explore various ruins on the Shadowfell, and we were exploring a new place that none of us had been before. As we were traveling through these ruins, there were these three shafts of almost dazzling, painful light that burst from the ruins of this city. And at that point, it seems that they began to warp and destabilize portions of the kind of very warp and weft of the Shadowfell itself. And I'm not sure what happened to my companions, but I myself stepped through one of these rifts before I could rectify my mistake. I turned around and found myself, well, here.
Are you stranded?
Maybe.
Does this happen regularly?
This is the first time I've ever been stranded on the material plane.
Okay. Do you think that that's where the moon went? Into the Shadowfell, I mean.
Well, I suppose it's possible, but to be honest, I didn't notice it until you just pointed it out. You see, the Shadowfell has no moon.
That would probably be a good reason for them to want to take this moon.
Yeah.
Well, I was, there's, and he kind of points up, and points out a couple of constellations. Those are, I mean, I recognize the sky. This is the sky that I look at every waking moment of my life in the Shadowfell. So I think it's less that the moon is gone so much as that you're not looking at your sky.
Do I see the satyrs?
Looking up, no. This set of constellations is unfamiliar to you.
Guys, I didn't mean to alarm any of you, but we just got a new sky. Look at that one. That one is not the same. Oh, so you're the one who's responsible for this.
No, I'm not. It's just that
All right.
I didn't expect this to happen once, and it's happened twice now.
We can cross him off the list. I'm gonna ask
Who were
a
you whispering to just then?
question, and I don't mean any disrespect, but I know everyone here is wondering, do you have like a face behind there?
You can see he kind of like shifts uncomfortably, and he's like, "Well, everybody has a face."
Oh, okay. I didn't know, because...
Not necessarily true.
I mean, she might not have a face anymore. It's getting bitter pretty good.
She's
Okay.
quite morbid.
There's you could look at her. And he like kind of turns around. I can see her face.
Oh, good. That'll make identifying the body easier. So you have a face, and you think that the moon's not gone, but the whole place is gone, and the sky is different because we're not here anymore. Because here is now where you came from, that you said you fell out of to get here, but if you fell out of there to be here, then here didn't move there. You and here went somewhere else together at the same time, but it also took the sky with you to put it here. So you, the sky, and here all went somewhere else.
And something is here now. Including
Right.
you.
We're all here now. This is a sign.
Does that mean the Shadowfell has our sky?
Right.
Probably
Can anyone
pretty nice over there right now.
Can anyone go to the Shadowfell? Like just hop over there?
Ooh, I don't think that's a great idea.
Can you breathe there?
I've never tried.
Well, I feel like it's... As much as I like this sky, I don't think it has any business being here, right?
Well, I mean, maybe there was a really good party.
The moon being gone has serious consequences for the waters, and I'm not sure the waters are going to be too happy about this.
It has consequences for everything.
I mean, it was kind of just a hog in the sky, let's be honest. I mean, why does it get to be bigger than everything else? That's not fair.
That's true.
Have you ever thought about that? Maybe this is...
It's so big because it has so much responsibility.
But does it?
Yes, of course. It
Yeah.
controls the tides, it controls people's moods, it controls nighttime. If it's not here, that's very bad.
How does it control nighttime?
When it comes up, it's nighttime.
Okay.
Not sure that's true.
I mean,
Drox,
have you ever,
let
like...
this go. He is over this one.
It's powerful enough to make the sun go away.
No, I mean, the only reason the sun, it just can't shine as bright, it gets tired, and then it turns into the moon afterwards.
The moon is just reflecting the sun's light.
No, it's the same thing. The sun and the moon are the same thing.
I'll have to think about this.
Have you ever seen them in the sky at the same time? They're both big, about the same size. One shines super bright, it's gonna get tired. Have you shined that bright for a long period of time?
This feels like, right? You're having a conversation with a flat earther and someone comes in to like argue against me like, wow, I bet this person's on my side. And they start talking about like the triangular earth. You're like, I don't know who to root
Hey,
for.
time out.
What I'm saying is we probably need to get the moon back. Somehow.
I don't know.
Yeah.
But the sun's not here either, so how do we know that the sun's not also gone?
Well, I don't know. We have to wait and see if the hypothesis comes up or not. You know?
Right,
Because
is there a
if
way
the
we can
sun is
speed
just-
up the waiting?
The sun just gave out, then we'll
Sleep.
know eventually.
Right.
Is there a sun in the Shadowfell?
No.
That seems contradictory.
How are there shadows in the Shadowfell without the sun?
That's true.
That's
That's so good.
There's light. You can
Where
get
does the
shadows
light
from
come
things that
from?
aren't the sun.
Oh, I don't know.
Did you walk
Huh.
around with lanterns all the time? Being like, there's my shadow.
My vision is very good.
Are you from the Shadowfell? He's got a lantern.
Oh, are you?
Pax kind of looks over at Drox, hopefully.
I'm not, but I have a lantern.
Alright.
I realize I'm still holding my wand with the bright light on it. Is this hurting you?
It's a little bright.
Okay, I tap it out.
Alright. Well, I can see if I can jump closer and get a better look.
I'm not. I think.
I
as-
support this.
Oh.
I mean, I could start on that roof, get a head start.
That's a good idea.
I think a short-term concern is potentially, are there more of these creatures that might have come through with you? And is there a way to track them down? Because I don't think maybe just 2 came through.
I'm concerned.
There were
about this
3.
as well, there were a couple much smaller creatures. Nothing so dangerous as these mastiffs that I already disposed of. They seem to be coming mostly from down towards the river. I myself, I came through underground somewhere.
And you dug your way out?
No, I walked up some stairs.
Oh, I had that dream once.
Walking upstairs?
Yeah. I hate stairs. Stairs are like crutches.
They're a cheater's way to jump, is what you're saying.
It's a very good observation.
Right. Like, I'd use them if I was, not as good as I am now.
Yeah.
So they're fine, but it's a nightmare, really. So you said there was a river.
Yes.
Where the shadows are coming from.
Well, I'm not sure if they were coming from the river. It's just that whatever effect this is seems to be stronger down below than it is above.
Below.
Is there water in the Shadowfell?
Yes.
Okay.
How can you have water without a moon?
I don't know.
I'm not certain those two things are connected.
She just said they were, though. She said we can't have the water without the moon. So maybe the river's dry. I think we need to investigate the river.
That is one thing I agree with.
If not for quite the reasons outlined.
There's been a lot of good thoughts today, but I think that might be the most actionable one of them.
Right, I
So
agree.
we should go to the river. I'm worried. I'm just worried in general. I'm concerned. Just thought that I'd say that.
Is anyone hungry?
I'm also concerned.
Okay. And
No?
Eden will start
Okay.
marching determinedly towards the river.
All right.
He doesn't seem like he's got great coordination. But
I'm Tofi, by the way, if we're all going to be, hanging out together.
my name's Edom.
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 Yes.
Edom.
Yes.
Edom.
Yes.
It's a memory device. I like to... Edom. Good.
Penthea.
Penthea. Penthea. And what's your, you have marvelous weasels and a really big crossbow. I bet your name is Trevant.
My name is Trevant.
Trevant. Trevant.
I
Trevant.
I say to him, I go, is that really your name?
I just don't have the heart to disappoint her.
All right. This is a sign. It's a sign that I knew that.
What's your middle name, Trevant? If you had a middle name.
Drox.
Okay, thank you.
Trevant
This is
Drox.
Finnegan. As the weasel sort of pops his head out.
Finnegan. Finnegan?
Are you guys coming or what?
Edom.
Yeah.
Penthea.
Alright, and
Tofi.
Pax kind of falls in behind you as you guys begin to wind your way down towards the river. And this is where we will take a short break.
All right.
Excellent.
Okay.
Trevant.
I see Finnegan just rolling around in this.
Finnegan. Oh, I should probably turn the stream. Oh, jeez. Oh, we're all in the wrong places.
Broken.
Oh,
Oh
no.
my god!
All right, back in 5. Grab your ice cream or something. It's gonna be a ride.
don't know why I specified a cardigan. As I left, I was like, why did I say cardigan, not just like a sweater or something?
It's all good.
Well, we are back, cardigans and all.
Yes, we are.
Sadly not sponsored by Taylor Swift.
Guess
Sadly
who's
not
back?
sponsored by Taylor Swift.
Cardigan.
Although
Maybe
that
we
will
could
not
be.
stop her from stealing my name.
Hmm?
Did she really steal it if I let her into the house night after night to watch you sleep while she wrote her
Yes.
song?
Oh, Taylor, you're here again? Come on in. She's asleep.
She does have an odd creative process, but who am I to, mess with that? I mean, her and Kevin talked for hours.
Please feed me. Get me out from the basement. They're making me create MIDI tracks.
Keep playing, Kevin.
Actually, all music that you hear on Roll It Slant is being played in real time by Kevin MacLeod. Alright, anyway, so we're good to go.
Very.
So as you guys begin to work your way through Ingerna, the marketplace itself is kind of in the old part of the city, or the older sector of the city on the north bank. And the Ingerna River itself kind of splits the city down the middle. And over time, the city has kind of grown over the river. And so as you walking along the river, you actually can almost never see down to the river itself because it is covered by these arching bridges and by buildings that have physically been built kind of over the river as the city just kind of flowed over it. And running down the center of the city is something that the locals refer to kind of colloquially as the Vert, which is this underground kind of what has become now an underground cavern that houses the Ingerna River itself, which is accessible at various points. And so as you make your way down towards the river, you can see the city, the streets kind of rising up. There's a main road that kind of just goes, leads, you can see there's a covered bridge, broad enough for 2 or 3 carts abreast to kind of go over it, that goes down to the southern side of the city, into the roads that continue past there towards the Niminor Mountains. And then there's streets that kind of divide off and go in either direction, kind of running parallel to the river. And you can see the buildings as well that are built arching over it. And so wandering down, you can see... actually, what is everybody's passive perception?
100.
13.
12.
Oh, I lied. It's 11.
Mine's 16.
Okay. So Topi, you're the only person who notices this. But you do, as you kind of come up to where this main road intersects the road that runs parallel to the river on this side, you do see a kind of a small skeletal, almost monkey-like creature with strange kind of black fur and a kind of pointed, unpleasant sort of face that seems to be kind of. It's very obvious. It's very obviously, if you look at it, you're like, there's something unnatural about it as well, just about the way that it moves and the way that its joints kind of bend, and you can see that it's kind of clinging to the side of a building, and as it sees you, it scampers away, kind of moving down the road parallel to the river.
Skeleton monkey, is that you?
There's no response.
Skeleton monkey?
It's a long story. In my younger days, well, there's these mushrooms that, well, they're real good. But there was this skeleton monkey that kept talking to me. And I'm not sure if it was a skeleton or a monkey, or the skeleton of a monkey, because I think they have skeletons now. But I just saw it. I just saw it again, and I haven't had mushrooms for at least a day.
Okay.
I think that means you probably saw it then.
It's over there. Well, it was over there.
Where'd it go?
I noticed because I watch out for that thing. It's a bad omen. Like something crazy could happen now that the skeleton monkey's here.
As opposed to all of the non-crazy things that have happened so far tonight.
Yeah, this is like the sun leaving the sky kind of shit.
Do you think it's maybe things
Could
would be the other way around, where the crazy thing happens and then the skeleton monkey appears?
I don't think that's how omens work.
Could you describe the skeleton monkey in a little bit more detail?
It was like, it looked like a monkey, but not a full monkey. Like, have you ever peeled off the flesh of a monkey and then saw all of its bones inside?
Only a bird.
No, that's sort of like what it looked like, except you skip the step of having to peel all the flesh back and you can just see its skeleton. It's like it did the work for you. Sort of bending in weird ways and stuff.
Does it sound like a creature that you've seen in the Shadowfell?
Yes, there are creatures, smaller creatures like them. We refer to them as measles.
Ah,
Measles.
Souls.
I think I had that once. So that's how that happens. Is it like they bite you and you get it?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, measles
makes
are also
sense.
known as a disease here. That's fine.
Oh, I mean, I suppose there could be a relation.
You're not from around here, are you?
As previously mentioned, no. No, I'm not.
Alright. Well, in your experience, do you follow the bad omen skeleton monkeys, or do you just leave them be?
Well, I would be concerned about what it's gotten up to.
There
Like,
are...
is it-
Go ahead. I don't want to interrupt.
Is this like an animal that you would normally kill in the Shadowfell?
Yes, I mean they're animals. They're nasty little carnivores.
Okay, well then I think we should probably do the same here.
Can we eat it?
I'd suggest against it.
You'd get measles.
That's not a no.
What if will it try to kill someone else?
I mean, they're kind of small to be able to do any damage.
How quickly do they breed?
Oh.
They don't just divide asexually.
That's good. That's good. It's not a skeleton bunny then.
I am not convinced that's how rabbits work.
Oh, you have rabbits.
We do. They're small and they have very, very long teeth.
Why?
Okay.
Right.
Let's keep
They're also the
going.
personification of the seven sins.
There's
Well,
only
bite
7 of
yourself.
them here.
I'm kidding about that part.
Oh, I mean,
It was a joke because there are. He's kind of like looking around at everybody like he's waiting for somebody to laugh.
I mean,
There's
this seems
people
pretty
have
serious.
We're all
assumptions
taking
about
this very seriously.
Panthea has no
The
concept of
Shadowfell?
what a sin is, so like it's like, what do you mean? I don't understand.
Don't worry, I'll show you.
Yeah.
Oh.
Totally
Hey, so am I.
Skeleton monkey getting away.
Yeah, I'm booking it after that skeleton monkey.
All right. They'll be our first line of
so-
defense.
running down, kind of turning the corner and beginning to run down the street. You do see after a moment the creature. You kind of catch a glimpse of the creature, which seems to have given up on any hopes of stealth and is just kind of booking it away from you as fast as possible. And it goes over to a few blocks, kind of running down a block or two, and you see that there's a gap in kind of the stonework above the river, where it looks like some of it got knocked out of place by maybe like a passing cart, and it's left this kind of small hole in the stone, and you see the creature kind of try to start slipping through it, veering down towards the river.
I will try to
Can
kill
I-
it.
Am I close enough to try to reach like that? Get bit?
Yeah, you can run forward and try to make a grapple.
I will try to make a grapple.
That'll be an athletics.
I'll do it.
I mean, it's just a monkey. I think you got it.
And it will make a dexterity
A
check.
9.
You got it.
Okay,
I
you did
actually
get it.
got it.
So you kind of throw yourself forward and manage to just grab its little like skeletal tail, and you yank it back up, and it kind of squawks and tries to like wiggle around and starts looking like it's trying to twist itself around to start like and it has, you can see it has like long claws that kind of shing out, and it goes up and starts trying to swipe at your hand to get its tail loose.
Edom panics and shocking grasps it.
Okay.
Freud monkey.
I guess roll damage.
Oh, does it work?
Yeah, you're touching it.
I rolled a 1.
It lets out this pain squeak, but it doesn't really have too much of an effect on it.
Okay, he's holding it there by the tail. I've got
But it just you're just gonna.
Oh my gosh. What do I do with it now that I've got it?
I think we interrogate it.
Where were you earlier tonight?
It just continues going.
Alright.
I'll try an Elvish. Where were you earlier tonight?
The baby just starts making this unintelligible, just like gabbering noise.
In Sylvan.
Does
Where
it,
were you earlier tonight?
does it seem like a language though, or does it just
It's a
seem like
monkey.
animal noises?
Make an intelligence check.
Okay.
I think maybe we need to play good fae, bad fae.
Well, I can do both of those.
16.
It very much strikes you as just being animal noises.
Does Sylvan work?
I think you're not going to be able to communicate with it.
I'm gonna punch it.
Okay, make an attack roll.
Why
Okay.
you? This is just cruel.
Attack roll.
I mean,
Oh my god.
During this, I reach into my sling bag and I just kind of pet my
Holy
cat a
cow.
little bit.
It does hit, and the thing lets out another kind of
Another 1 damage.
startled
Gosh.
shriek.
Someone take it from me, please. Oh my gosh.
No, you started this. You finish it.
I think you should throw it against the wall hard. That'll put it down. You can wear its pelt later. How cool would you be as a shadow monkey?
I already have a belt.
Just put it on over, you'll be a shadow monkey bird.
Take a dagger. I only took a javelin and a sling.
Oh, give it to me, I'll throw it. You can hit it with the javelin.
Sorry. I threw it like a horrible furry black bone ball.
Wait, Finnegan,
God.
you just see this.
This is horrible. This is horrible.
Alright,
Make a dexterity check, Casey, to catch the bone monkey.
Gosh, this is awful.
You guys are fucked
Okay,
up.
so you do underhandedly lob the bone monkey, and somehow Topi snatches it out of the air.
alright.
So you're gonna in this world of role playing, you're torturing animals. What's fucking wrong with you?
Not an animal, it's a shadow monkey. Shadows aren't animals.
Monkey, but monkeys.
Monkeys are just tricks of light.
Mushrooms more like.
Alright. Which direction do you think? There's not much wind. I'm gonna throw it in the air and you're gonna hit it with a javelin.
Okay.
Alright.
I guess.
As this is happening, Pax kind of edges over towards Drox and just goes, is this a material plane tradition?
These two are
Toby,
not
I
from
don't want to
here.
do this.
These two don't represent us.
Oh, okay, I understand.
They're from like
I mean,
clown place.
what do you want me to do with it? I can try to like just pull it in half maybe.
It's a point where it's not self-defense anymore, and it's just.
Cruelty to animals.
Well, I mean,
The Feywild is weak.
it looks pretty angry.
And the Measle is still screaming.
I mean, does anyone have like a bag or something?
I don't have anything. Oh my
Pax
gosh.
kind of reaches onto his belt and does pull out like kind of a burlap sack from a.
Why do you have that?
Sometimes you can carry things.
I
You don't have one?
no, I don't.
Dogs without a sack.
I
It's like
mean,
a reusable shopping bag.
There's Trader Joe's on the side.
I mean, I will trade you one shadow monkey for the bag.
I thought we were putting the shadow monkey in the bag.
Right, but I don't have a bag, and you do.
He just holds out the bag.
Oh, that's right. Kind of you.
You give him the shadow monkey. He's like, alright. Now I know which shadow monkey. I'll give you the bag for the shadow monkey.
All right. Yeah. All right.
And
Good.
it's still like it. She just like holds it up, and there's this. It's just like this burlap sack, and the burlap sack is like, as the Mieselstein struggles to try to free itself.
No, this is good. This is good.
Either kill it or let it go. We're not. Well.
What
I'm
if
not
we
taking
need
away
it?
the monkey.
What if this is the key to everything?
What if
This could be a sign.
it could
Whatever it's
not
the
be a
key to,
sign.
we don't want the thing that it will open.
I think we should at least take it to the river.
Okay.
Why the river?
Because that's a good place to drown things in bags.
Tofi.
We don't want to drown it.
Oh.
This is cruel.
I mean, we don't even know if it can drown.
Max, do you suggest we keep moving?
Well, and as you guys are doing this, he's actually kind of been looking around, and as you watch, he seems to be in the middle of casting some sort of spell, which those of the more arcane persuasion among you recognize as being as involving some of the somatic components of detect magic. And after a moment, he kind of looks up and looks around and says, there are. There's wisps of magic that certainly become stronger towards the river. So perhaps down is the correct direction to go.
I smell it too.
Well, I can't smell anything but this acorn.
Why do you still have that?
I actually don't have it anymore. I can just smell it on my hands.
Wash your hands.
I go, come here, and I do prestidigitation on your hands to
Thank you.
get rid of it.
Thank you. I feel weird about killing the monkey, but I feel like if we leave it out, it's gonna do something bad.
You just punched it.
I tried to put it out of its misery quickly, and it didn't work.
Maybe if we just give it to somebody, they'll give it a loving home.
Just to be clear, this is the ugliest, most unnatural bone monkey you've seen in your entire life.
All right.
Now you're,
All
now
right.
you're just making it endearing.
This is clearly fundamentally evil.
Jesus Christ.
But is any creature really fundamentally evil, Casey?
All right.
Are we gonna relitigate my position on the nature of the soul, or are we gonna play D&D?
But does it have a soul?
All right.
It's a shadow monkey.
Can we just stop torturing it? And I want.
I think that's a good idea. I also have this spell that if it's between 1 and 5 pounds, we can get rid of it very quickly in a certain direction.
Oh, great! It seems like 4 pounds to me. Do it.
Does the shadow monkey weigh?
Do it.
It weighs 3.68 pounds.
Okay, I catapult it in a different direction.
All right.
Just it will land on 4 feet, right? That's how monkeys work.
Right. Bagged monkeys work that way.
You gotta put it on the ground first.
Oh.
Okay, I'm gonna slap it really quick.
You slap your hand down, and the monkey goes catapulting in a
90
far off
feet
into the direction,
away from us.
impacts into a wall with a sickening crunch, and the bag falls to the ground.
Gosh, I didn't look before I casted it. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
That was
Okay,
so
let's move
cool.
on. We're going to the river. That never happened. None of that happened.
You could see, you can't see Pax's face because it's covered by the mask, but he's just like tracking back and forth between the monkey and you.
And after that, Edom just poofs back to his little size. Feeling very small indeed.
Whoa.
You're very small.
Yes.
And he just kind of like kneels down and like puts a hand out.
I crawl into his hand and I say, what else is going to go wrong tonight?
Probably many things. And then he stands up and just puts you on his shoulder.
Thank you.
And then he casts catapult on you.
Oh, can you?
Edom does weigh 9 pounds.
Mechanically optimized, I see.
He's out of the.
I
He's
wonder
out of the catapulting range.
if you space out wizards on the catapult distances,
Yes,
can you
the answer is
continuously
yes.
catapult the same? Does the catapult damage apply to the thing being catapulted?
Is that like the peasant railgun?
Because we can like.
I would say that yes. If
Have you ever
you're
looked at it?
catapulting a living creature, it takes the catapult damage as well.
Okay, all right, but does that damage apply when it hits something?
Please do
or
not
does it apply
Elon Musk maglev train Edom around this country.
Because we could like keep chaining catapults on like a creature, so the damage is like stacking, but not quite applying yet. And then when it hits something, it just vanishes from existence.
Wait, hold
It
on.
just so much damage that it just ceases.
I hate that this monkey had to experience this first.
Beth, I want you to read that. Eventually, not right now.
Read what?
The peasant railgun.
Okay.
Okay.
Where is that?
What are
Anyway.
you guys up to?
Okay, I'll
Speaking,
do
speaking
it.
of
The
rails,
river?
let's get back on them.
River, perhaps?
Plot monkey removed from existence. Gosh. Whoa.
Alright.
Okay.
Heroes 1, monkey 0.
I can't.
Alright.
I'm
Or
glad that it's an
heroes
evil
is being
monkey.
used, a little loosely, eh?
Evil aligned monkey.
You
It's
realize we're gonna get to the river and there's gonna be like a monkey family that's just like waiting for.
You're like looking.
And it's gonna be heart-wrenchingly sad because we won't have enough bags to do it to the rest of
This
them.
little goblin. I'm only one level.
No way, I'm dying this dungeon. I won't drop any loot.
I've never been more proud of Michaela.
That's the only reason. That's the only reason that I had him go after that monkey is to get over my fears of killing tiny level 1 enemies. That's the only reason.
Alright. So, we head to the river?
Well, right now you're standing on the street.
Alright.
There's a gap in the stonework that looks like it's probably small enough for somebody to wiggle through.
That's me. I guess I'm going to be going through that because I'm tiny and just killed a monkey.
Seems like karma.
There.
He just resignedly stuffs himself in this little gap.
Okay. Easy enough for you to kind of flit your way through. And going down.
How convenient! There's a hole. It's just my size.
Well, no, this is big enough for like a medium-sized creature as well.
Okay.
So looking down, it looks like you can see the wall kind of it descends 20 feet to a platform, and then it seems like there's stairs that kind of go down the wall, descending an additional or descending far enough that you kind of lose the bottom in blackness. Looking down, so where you're kind of hovering up by the hole that you came through, you can't see the bottom. In here, you can hear it's thunderously loud in here as the rushing of the river echoes off the walls,
Seeing Beth laugh is making me.
I just read the peasant railgun and I'm fucking losing it.
Hang on, Dora. So I'm going through a hole, and I'm at the end of the hole. I see darkness.
Yeah, so you can see that.
Okay.
I mean, this stretches out. You can see kind of you can see 60 feet, right, with your dark
Okay.
vision.
Mm.
And so you cannot see, aside from the wall that's kind of at your back, you cannot see where this ends. It goes off left and right, further than you can see. You can't see the far side of the river, and you can't see all the way down to the bottom from where you are, kind of hovering towards the top. You can hear the sound of the rushing river as it echoes off the stonework, and you can kind of there's like kind of the smell of like humidity and dampness down here, as looking around, and there's algae growing on the stonework here, and then there's stairs. It looks like so it's 20 feet down to a landing, and then stairs seem to continue descend down to the darkness.
Okay, can I continue to move? I'm going to.
Yes, where would
Does
you
it seem like I need to be flying here, like instead of walking?
you could flutter down and walk.
Okay, I will continue to fly.
And so are you just
down.
trying to go down and find the floor?
Yeah, to the stairs that I saw.
Yeah. So going down and kind of fluttering down the stairs, it looks like following the way down, it descends an additional 100 feet, and eventually you do find yourself down on the ground. There's stonework laid out here, cobblestones. The stonework here looks very old, well maintained, however, although there is kind of a sleek coating of algae over everything. And you can hear the river much closer now, although you still can't see it. And looking along the walls, there seem to be a series of just this wall that's kind of at your back that would basically, I mean, the wall itself, it's basically the side of where the road is. So when you're facing the wall, you're also facing the road that you came down from. And there's periodically it's broken by doors of various makes. None of them, it doesn't look like it's just like the one kind of sewer door that's like scattered periodically throughout it. It's all different styles made out of different materials. From where you're standing, you can see 3 or 4 of them, just kind of scattered around, some big, some small.
Okay, can I? Edom doesn't wear shoes, but in his tiny form, he's much more poised than in his big form. So he's gonna go land on the algae, which feels like home. He feels really nice. And he's going to listen and see if he hears anything that tips him off to like a creature down here.
Okay, roll me a perception check.
Little fairy ears. Okay. They're big. They're relatively large compared to his body. Perception check?
Yes.
Okay. Oh gosh, this poor boy and his rolls. 6.
Okay.
Nailed it.
It is very loud down here. There is like the Ingerna River is not a small river, and all of the power of that is being bounced off of these walls.
Okay.
So all you hear is the rushing of water.
Do any of the doors look like they're open?
Looking around, it looks like there is a very small one that is near the base of the staircase that is cracked open.
Okay. Is it a little far away or is it closer to me?
It's right. So the staircase that you kind of flew down, it's like maybe 15 feet off the base of that.
Okay, I'll pad over and look through.
Okay. Peering through, you see what looks like a sewer tunnel. There's kind of a ditch in the center that is dry at the moment, and then kind of a raised portion on either side. Continues on. There are brackets in the walls for torches that do contain torches, although none of them are lit.
Okay. And if I look at the doors, Edom doesn't know a whole lot about different kinds of architecture other than like different kinds of Fey architecture. So would he recognize any of these doors as being that sort of familiar architecture, or is it all just like
glancing around? There are some that like maybe in terms of aesthetics strike you as being closer to Fey aesthetics, but they don't have Fey is very like it's more like it's like Art Nouveau, right? Where it's those kind of like fluted, very intricate
organic shapes?
Yes.
Okay.
Organic shape and that sort of thing. There are some here that have much more elegant lines, but not in a way that strike you as being Fey.
Okay. Does any of it look elvish by any chance?
Yeah, you would say that some of them seem to be elvish. Some of them seem to have like a dwarven cast to them. The one that you're looking at here is just like it's a very solid kind of wooden door, very plain. One of the ones that you see a bit further down does seem to be like it's this kind of double elvish door that has just like kind of like a carving of a tree that goes over it.
Oh, okay.
And
I'm going to trying to figure out how to phrase this.
Catapult the monkey.
Is there a way? Investigation. I don't have detect magic, but is there a way? I guess Arcana may be what I'm looking. Can I roll an Arcana check to see if I can feel the presence of magic, or if it's just like?
For that, I will have you
Roll to vibe.
roll to vibe.
Let's not fuck around. There's no mechanic for this. You're vibing.
I know there's no mechanic for this. I'm trying to decide on the correct. I'm trying to make up a mechanic for vibing in this particular instance.
You know, it'd be super good if you cast detect magic.
That would be super good. That would be the best. That would be exactly what I need in this moment.
If only somebody in our party had magic eyes.
Too bad I flew on a hole by myself.
I will say, actually in this case, I will say that since your magic is learned magic. In this case, this is not something that you could necessarily sense.
Okay. I'm gonna stand there for like a couple more seconds, and then I'm gonna fly back up to the others.
Okay.
Say,
So you
there were a
hover there
bunch
for a
of
second, and then
oh, sorry. Go ahead.
yeah, you just hover there for a second. Still like the rushing of the water. There's the door that's cracked in front of you, and a couple others, and then you catapult back up.
Zooming very fast.
And so
there's a bunch
while
of doors.
just as a quick thing, while Edom was down there, were the rest of you doing anything, or were you just waiting for him to come back up?
I think you know that like when you just meet people at a party and it's like that awkward like so I think it's like that, you know, like very awkward like
Great weather
Yeah.
we're having.
Your son is pretty brave.
not my son.
You see Edom streak back up through.
It's a little like buzzing sound when he flies sometimes when he goes really fast. There's a bunch of doors down there.
Sewer doors?
They're all like different kinds of architecture. There's an
Is-
elven door.
Is
Well, there are several elven doors, but
that normal?
there are also some dwarven doors and
Dwarves.
a lot.
Dwarves are here?
I looked into one of them and there were a bunch of torches that weren't lit down the hallway.
Like open doors.
Just one open door that I could see.
That's
Was
a
there, like,
sign.
When you went down was there sorry.
There were also some
So
closed doors too.
condescending. Yeah. Jesus. All right. When you went down, was it like how far was it?
I'm really bad with feet, but
That's true.
I flew for like 20 seconds,
Looking down,
and then I was at the bottom.
I apologize. Was there a description of like a ladder on the way down there?
There is. It's a 20-foot drop onto a platform, and then stairs going down.
Okay. All right. Well, shall we?
Those doors did seem important.
They're very important doors.
But they were important at some point. I don't know if they're important now, but I'm interested in them.
Was that where the monkey was headed?
Maybe.
I didn't know monkeys could open doors.
That one can't anymore.
No, it's probably cracked into lots of pieces.
Pax, is that where you were before? You said you were underground.
Did you come through a door?
I didn't come through the door. I stepped through somewhere. It was loud. There was the sound of rushing water, and then I found a set of steps that led upwards.
Well,
Sounds like some of it would match.
yeah. I think that we should all go down there and take a look. Maybe go through some doors.
That's a good idea.
So, as we climb down, actually before we climb down, I'm gonna cast Detect Magic, because I can do that at will.
Oh!
It's amazing.
I didn't know you could do that.
Yeah.
I just had a feeling she could.
Yeah. So I'm gonna cast that, and then as we climb down, just like look around to see what I see.
Is that magic?
What are you pointing at?
I was just testing you.
I mean, everything's really magic if you think about it. There's always inherent magic in everything. It's just a matter of whether or not it's been woken up or not.
That's very true.
So, magic is asleep. Got it.
Always very quiet.
Okay.
Alright, so there is a 20-foot drop onto the first platform. So you guys just like trying to scale the wall down?
Yeah.
I didn't think about that.
Don't worry, we
Sorry.
can fly.
I know you can fly, but
You can fly.
Sure.
did you not see her jump?
That's up.
Right,
Yeah,
you can
we're
fly.
flying.
We're trying to go down.
I mean, anyone can fly down. That's pretty easy.
And as you say this, I think I will say I'll have gone down first. My wings flap out and I do kind of float down the 20 feet.
Alright.
Would I have
Is
seen
this
them?
this is the
before?
Asimar transformation, right?
Yes.
Yes.
So cool.
And so, well, what does it look like when your wings when you undergo this transformation?
They let me I just want to read it real quick just to see. So they are incorporeal, so I think that when they they look like pristine, like they're pristinely they're white as my hair, because my hair is very white or whatnot. But I think that just like the blue underneath her hair, some of the tips of the feathers are starting to go blue as well. And they're very full or whatnot, and she just kind of gently like glides herself down to standing, and doesn't quite put them away yet, but like pushes them behind her.
Okay, so you kind of land lightly on this first platform. You can see the steps continuing downwards.
And then the door that I saw was right over there. The one that's open. But there's a lot of doors. Do you see?
And looking with like my eyes are also now
So-
glimmering, like they're
Yes.
like yeah. But I also detect magic, but it's like whoa, because they're glimmering because I turned on my radiant soul to sprout my wings.
So cool.
So yes, looking around, you do see, and you saw this up at the top as well, although not quite as strongly. There are wisps of conjuration magic that are kind of streaked through the air without any rhyme or reason that you can see, and they do, in fact, they seem to become thicker and broader as you look down. It's not so much that they're going, or they are just like they're all kind of as you look down, they seem to be getting. There's more of them. They're thicker. They're closer together, going down.
So you said like wisps. So is it like kind of like you would see like vapor in the air, kind of, or?
It's not so much. It
Like-
looks like rips or tears.
Okay. So I think as I'm walking, you know, I'm gonna be pointing them out, like kind of like not touching it, tracing it, but like, you know, tracing it to people. And I say to, or you know, it looks like conjuration magic. Does anybody know much about that?
Before we get to that, those of you who are climbing down the wall, can you please make me athletics checks?
Oh. Oh no.
Okay.
All right, so, Tofi, you make it about, like, maybe 5 feet down the wall, and then your feet go out from underneath you, and you find yourself hurtling downwards.
Am I climbing down with Pax?
Uh,
Sorry, you can't.
Pax has not gone down. I will roll for Pax in just a moment. I'm going
Is Pax
to roll
at the top though?
Pax is at the top.
As Casey like falls down, I want to meet his eye and go. Huh, guess she shadow fell.
There's like a very long silence, and he goes, "Oh, that's a joke. That's very good." and he's like, "That's very good." Anyway, Casey takes fall damage now.
I really like
I'm gonna be
that.
unconscious. I only have a few hit points.
Hopefully the little pixie doesn't break your fall.
Okay, you take 4 points of falling damage.
I'm unconscious.
Edom jumps 1 foot further up in the air when you land. He
Okay.
goes, oh gosh.
This is just training for Tofi.
What?
Eventually, you build up an immunity.
To fall.
Your bones break hard enough that you just become
They-
immune.
I mean,
Fall
I
enough
should
that you-
become resistant to fall damage eventually, right?
Yeah.
So it's just out of interest. Is anybody gonna do anything to aid Tofi, or do we need to go into rounds?
I'm gonna
I'm
fly
gonna-
back up.
Absolutely gonna go over there to aid her. So, I mean, if this fall has resolved, I will try to stabilize her.
Okay, go ahead and roll a wisdom check. Or medicine check.
Okay.
Yes.
All right.
Are you proficient in medicine?
Absolutely not.
Then you can't stabilize me, I don't think.
Oh, okay. Well, then never mind.
That's not what my character does.
Oh. What the heck?
Okay. Well, now we do have to all roll initiative to resolve.
I don't have healing
So as this is happening, we'll say Drox, you're in the process of you've gotten like halfway down the
Okay,
wall.
low.
I can't believe this is happening.
I think you have to be proficient in medicine to stabilize.
Why does it roll twice?
That may not be true, though.
Well, good thing we've got resources to look this up.
I didn't realize that I had forgotten that Pax is in a player character for a second, and I was like, what is they were rolling for? Death? Death initiative.
What would this be under? Player's handbook. Stabilizing.
Proficient in medicine to stabilize someone.
5e stabilize. Stabilizing a creature. You don't need to be proficient. You just need to make a successful
It just has to be
DC
10. Yeah.
medicine check.
Okay. So you can try, but in this case you did not succeed,
Oh, I
which
did
is
not
why we're
succeed.
going to go into rounds.
Yeah.
Oh, she's fucking dead.
It would take so many failures for me to die. My first death save will be a 1, though. Just to make it
Oh.
interesting.
Okay. So Pax is first, except that Pax is up. So Pax is going to begin climbing down and is going to make an athletics check. Oh no, wait, you know what? Pax is actually going to look down, and it's only 20 feet down to the platform, which is in darkness, and he's going to teleport. Since that is an ability that he has.
Show
Pax,
on.
I can just teleport in darkness. Oh,
I'm
God.
hot and
He
mysterious
can.
and
Does he-
mysterious and dark.
Does he need to, like, recharge or something?
He does not.
Oh, so he's like a PAX Unplugged.
Yes.
God
That he can't.
damn it.
That he can't open up emotionally though.
You're just gonna have to find
You're
out and
jumping to
explore the space
conclusions,
with him
Pat.
together.
We
Dora,
just-
keep
Maybe
in
he's
mind-
very emotionally open.
Dora, keep in
Yes.
mind you have to roleplay it if he opens up emotionally.
Do we have a bag big enough for him?
Don't catapult my NPC.
Open into the
Um,
bag.
How heavy is he?
So he is going to
For
shadow
every
jaunt down.
spell level.
Although that does cast his action. Edom, what would you like to do?
I would like to panic.
Okay, that's a free action.
I will pat Tofi's face nervously with my little hands.
Okay. Would you like to do something mechanical in patting her little face?
I have nothing that I can do for her.
Yes, you do. Yes, you do.
You
You
could
do.
stabilize
Really?
it.
You can
Do
You
a
try to
medicine
stabilize.
Well,
check.
let's try stabilizing her like that.
Okay.
Medicine check.
Medicine check. DC 10.
If you fail this, you've killed her.
Can you see that? No. Okay.
No.
I rolled on my desktop instead, and I rolled one of those 3D die. Got an 11. Have a 2, so it's a 13.
Yeah, but we can't see it though.
You want me to do it?
Guys, I rolled a 13.
So there you go.
So all of you.
No, just me.
You do need to actually roll it in into the chat.
Okay. 14.
Okay. So with that you were able to stop Toki
Awesome.
from bleeding out. And then Pax is going to, as we drop out of round, is going to kneel down next to you and cast Cure Wounds.
Wow. That was cool.
Good. 3 points of
Sweet.
Do we-
healing from that.
Kofi, are you... Again, my wings are, like, out. Are you okay?
Yeah, no, I'm fine.
That was a big fall.
No, no.
It was almost
A
twice
little
as
bit.
far as you jumped earlier. And you passed out the other time, too.
But you gotta count the going up, too. Yeah. No, I mean... There's a saying, what doesn't kill you makes you stronger. That doesn't necessarily apply to falling. But... No. I've fallen much further than that. Like, much further.
Does every time you jump or every time you fall result in you fainting?
Sometimes.
Okay.
This doesn't seem like a very sustainable way of living.
I'm glad you're
No,
okay.
it's. I mean, you could walk or climb, but you don't know if you're gonna live or die. If you jump.
I've not
It's
seen
exciting.
you heal.
Do you want to rest for a little bit?
No. Let's keep going.
Watch out, the moss is slippery.
Right.
Are you-
Yes, I saw that.
Are you sure you want to keep going?
I mean, there's doors everywhere down here. We could go through the doors.
They're all omens.
You took the words right out of the back of my head, before they even got to my mouth.
I'll take some more if we don't start walking.
I don't know what that means. That's actually kind of threatening.
Ian's just he's pushing the back of your head, trying to get you to sit up.
Right. Oh, look, you can see the horn prints.
There's just like
In
a
the stone.
Toby-shaped like hole in the ground.
All right.
The stonework. Satyr weighs 400 pounds. She's dense as a quasar.
Quasar Satyr. What? I'm not that star themed. Jesus.
Alright, what are you guys up to?
All right. Let's open some doors.
Alright. So heading down to the base of the stairs, there isn't any light down here. So those of you without dark vision just kind of see the darkness opening up in front of you. There's a little glimmer of light coming from the street from the hole that you came through, but it is far away and does not cast enough light to see your surroundings by.
Tofi, do your horns kind of go up above your head and back?
Sure.
This is more Cookie asking Casey about
Oh.
the mechanics of Casey's horns.
My horns do protect my head. They look like a like ram's horns, so they come out forward. So like if I were to put my head down and ram into something, the first thing that would hit would be horns. So no, they're not like all these shitty tiefling horns that are like like how do you get dressed? No, they're like they literally just come out of the forehead and just curl back and like come. So the points are like sort of forward, but
Sure.
very standard.
I was wondering if, so this is back in character, if do you need some light? Can you see?
Not at all, no.
Okay. Could I cast light on one of your horns so it ends up being like a headlamp?
I mean, sure, it'll probably blind me, but yeah, that'll be great.
Well, that's what I
Everyone
was
else
thinking.
can see.
If it was above you, that was my point. You know what I mean?
Right. If you can
Or
cast it
I
above
can-
my
I can-
horns, that would be helpful.
I can just give you we could just find a stick or a stone and I can just give it to you that way.
Perhaps you could cast it directly on her retina.
That would not be helpful, I don't think.
Be interesting.
It would be.
I don't know. Let's try it on my horns and see what happens. That'd be pretty fun. Can you only do one? I feel a little lopsided then.
Yeah, I can only do one.
Huh. Do my left one. That's my better side.
Okay, so I'm gonna touch the top. Like, so basically, like, it's a light size, like, handprint on her.
I'll
her
allow it.
horn. Okay.
It's cute.
All right.
So now you have
So
light.
in the new light of the horn.
I move my head only in fast jerking motions.
The light's in a radius of you. It's not gonna...
So looking around, there is the small, just kind of unassuming door that's by the base of the stairs that is cracked open, and which, looking with your detect magic, you do see that these streaks or these rifts do seem to be thicker and gathered more towards this door.
Okay. Pax, are you seeing this?
Yes, they're I think, and he you can see him kind of like pacing along a little bit, looking around. I mean, it's hard to tell. I wasn't looking before when I stepped out, but if these continue to get larger, and if they really are rifts or places where the veil is thinning, then something like this is probably similar to what I came through.
What's a veil?
Well, the veil between the planes.
Do all planes have a veil between them?
Well, the planes, I mean, they don't just, in most places, the planes don't simply bleed into each other. They're separate. They echo each other, some of them, but you can't just, under normal circumstances, you can't just step through one and step through anywhere and end up in the shadow veil. The veil blocks things.
Maybe that's not
It
the
keeps
case
here from being
anymore.
there. I mean, I'm here.
Right.
Where should it be? So
Did you put on a veil?
I have a cloak and a mask. A veil seems like, to me, it would be a little bit over the top.
I think you could pull it off.
I appreciate the vote of confidence.
I've seen a veil between the Feywild and this world, and I am now on the other side of that veil. So I know what you're talking about.
He offers you a tiny high five.
I give him a tiny high five, because that's all the kind of high five I can give him right now until a long rest.
High 0.5.
So, okay, so this conjuration magic, what would be conjuring here?
I don't know.
Well, there's only two things to do in situations like this. Either stop it or join the party.
I want to look at a door that maybe doesn't necessarily have as much magic around it.
Yeah, pacing down, you do get to this big double door that has more of an elven aesthetic to it. It's kind of an arching tree carved into it. It's made of kind of a pale wood, bound with like silver, and there does seem to be substantially less of these rifts here. Substantially fewer, rather.
Thank you for correcting your grammar. I do
Thank
appreciate the effort. So does it look like that this door has like a knob, a lock, like, you know, any type of, where does it?
Not
the
on
middle or
not on this side. It is like two double doors. There's a seam down the center. They are closed, but you do not see what the locking mechanism is from this side.
I think I'm going to cast Mage Hand.
Okay.
No, I'm going to cast Mage Hand.
Okay.
I would like to say it's maybe more like a Mage Tentacle Hand.
Okay.
And
Mage tentacle hand
yeah.
is engaged.
And it have it touch and push
Okay, reaching out, pushing on the door. You can tell that it pushes inward from you, and you kind of push on it, and it rocks but does not open. as if it is barred on the other side.
This door is here to party.
It rocks like it's barred.
So, are we gonna go into any of these doors right now?
Can we?
So I was planning.
Okay. So this one seems locked from the other side.
Right.
Maybe we should look at the one that's open.
There was. Oh, sorry, I missed. There's one that's open.
You're good. I said a lot of things. There's one that's open and I can see down it, and there's torches that aren't lit.
The open one over there.
The open one right there. And it points to one 15 feet
Oh.
away.
Okay.
And the open one is also the one where I described there being a lot more of these rifts.
Right. I was playing it safe by going to not that door. That's right. Sorry.
It's okay.
Okay. Let's go down there then. Just so you know, this magic is getting stronger as we walk over there.
That's awesome.
Is it strong enough to smell?
Smells
So
like
maybe
a
when
dog.
The magic is thick. There's like an oil smell. I don't know. That's how I smell it.
I mean, mine smells like salt water. I don't know what. Oil. Okay.
Pax is beginning to walk down the hallway.
Okay.
Discerning
Walk down.
smell for magic.
All right. I follow Pax.
All right. Are the rest of you coming as well?
Oh yeah.
I think I'm
Okay,
back on
yes.
Cynthia's shoulder now.
Pax doesn't get to have all the fun.
I liked Pax's
so
shoulder. He was too cool. I felt more comfortable with Cynthia.
to mask, it's intimidating.
He's very cool. Don't know what to do with myself.
He kept sitting there being like,
Yeah. Trying to figure out how to sit to look cool. Yeah. Yeah. Mhm. Yeah.
So, moving down this hallway, this, like I said, it's kind of looks like an abandoned sewer. And as you come down the hallway, the tunnel gets kind of progressively narrower until it turns into just a walkway without this this kind of like drainage ditch in the center. The unlit torches kind of continue along the walls. The further you get, the more kind of dilapidated it seems, kind of uncared for, covered in grime and dust. And then you do kind of reach a point where things suddenly start seeming cleaner, like somebody has been like sweeping or like caring for things a little bit. And eventually you find that the walkway just kind of dead ends into a big pair of double doors. The doors themselves are wooden, but you can see that they've been covered in bronze and engraved with kind of a delicate chaos of wings and feathers. And on either side of them stand fake potted trees, just like ferns kind of things. Obviously decorative and kind of slightly gaudy pots, although the pots themselves, like it's like you look at them and you're like, oh, these are gilded, and you look closer and it's like, oh, that's just gold, that's just like gold colored paint. And then there's also two lanterns hanging from the wall on either side that are lit and kind of cast this whole scene in a golden glow that kind of gleams off of this very well cared for brass. And I think that since it is getting a little bit late, that is where we are going to end this session. As you guys kind of stand in front of these doors.
With the pots. And you said conjuration magic is getting stronger as we go through it?
Yes, and Penty, as you've walked down, you have noticed that it's the further you get down this hallway, the more this essence of magic seems to grow.
perfect.
Okay. Taking notes on this.
Me too.
No, you're not.
How are you doing that without moving any of your body, not even your eyes? I can write with my toes.
Excellent.
Oh
All
my
right.
gosh. I didn't mean to make the shadow monkey such a... That was horrible. Gosh,
My
thought the
eye
talking grass
permanently
would do
scarred.
something. Me too.
guys do some fucked up shit.
You were the one during the break that said, I have a weasel, now I have you all eating out of my hand while I do all these murders and everything.
If you have a weasel, you can get away with anything.
It's true.
Is it a communal weasel?
I might allow the weasel for it.
Wait, do you have your weasel moral pass?
The weasel is more of a future morality strand.
Excellent, Dora. Good first session.
Thanks.
You
Woo!
did great.
Yay!
Good job,
I
Dora.
We didn't,
Oh.
Not for lack of trying.
We sure didn't.
Guys, the ground is no joke.
He was like, let me slam as excitedly and as hard as I can to the ground multiple times. Once with a dog.
I hate to break it to you. This is going to likely be a theme.
Gosh, she makes it out with like a severe grade concussion every time.
He acts like it.
Don't worry. I haven't even used any of the jumptimization that we have crafted.
You saw just baseline jumping. She was easing you into the concept of jump-based
I'm not
combat.
ready. for
I
all
also
of
feel
it.
like Dora was easing you into the consequences of that jumping.
Well, wait, I could have stopped there being consequences. I just didn't want to. I wanted Tofi to understand how life can be without Featherfall. But
My
she-
personal favorite was our celestial philosophy discussion. I feel like I learned something.
I feel like I got dumber.
That's like learning.
I
But in the
feel
opposite
so
direction.
much.
Yeah. I learned how to less.
I think Dora said something about healing damage at some point, and I feel like that's the same kind of concept.
Because Dora is an avid Divinity Original Sin 2 player. She knows about healing damage.
That's cool.
She's not.
I'm not.
Still
My
waiting for her to
computer
move out of
tries to combust itself when I am.
Still waiting. Any day now.
Someday I'll buy a new graphics card.
Someday.
But
All that
today
impressive.
is not that day.
It isn't.
I
All
saw
right.
Magic the Gathering cards at Target the other day, and I thought of you.
Actually, I haven't played Magic in like months.
Aw.
Sad face.
Well, thank you everyone for joining us tonight. You can join most of us again, or some of us again tomorrow for Lions and Crows, I believe. Or
Tio's going to spiral.
or at some point on Monday for Casey's campaign, whenever it begins. Or you can join us here again next Wednesday at 7:30 for the next episode of Graced. Thank you again to Kevin MacLeod for our music. Thank you to Roll20 for our virtual tabletop. You can follow us at Roll It Slant on Twitter, and on YouTube, and preferably not in real life. Did anybody else have any announcements that they would like to share with the class?
I took the spell Greased, so this campaign will soon become Greased. I
Excellent.
delivered that joke so poorly, but you know what I was trying to say, so there you go.
You did. Well,
Alright. On that note,
Big thank
We
you to Anon for gifted follow, or not follows, what do they call it? Subs. Submissions? No. Subs. 10 tier 1 subs. Welcome to the family, all of those who got it. Ligniquels, Thraxia, Norris, Strikio, Jubilucky,
Got a sub?
Fearderic. Beehive yourself. That's a good one. Collect to copy paste. And the reason this is worse than it normally is because on my screen, it's like half of the name and then
Yeah.
a line break and
Yeah,
it goes to
same.
the other line. So, Spoppy. I am Xanatos. Yeah. Oh, and I run stem. I run stem. I run stem. I runes. Thank you very much for all the subs, Anon. As always, thanks for hanging out. Very much appreciated. And we had a I think Devil's Eldest. Yeah, Devil's Eldest. Thanks for 4 months. Awesome. Thank you very much for hanging out with us and all our craziness, and somehow still being here after 4 months. Very cool. Very cool. And it's nice to be back in the swing of things.
Alright. Happy New Year, everyone.
Happy New Year.
And we will, some of us will see you tomorrow.
You need a special sign-off, Dora.
I don't have a special sign-off.
Sign-off tradition. You need to make one.
Excuse me, every other stream we have, the sign-off tradition is Holly says something.
It
Yeah,
should be, it should,
that's a tradition.
it should be a rap number from you, Dora.
No.
We should all make a circle with our arms.
My name is Dora. I'm a DM.
Alright, take
We should make a circle around Dora.
take us out, Beth, with the Dora rap number.
My name is Dora. I am a DM. Someday I will make another one again. Let's go. Please turn it off. Turn off the stream. I haven't got any more lines to make this end. I'm Dora. I also play PAX. No words rhyme with PAX. You know, his favorite thing is skeleton monkey snacks.
You're like
And ends this.
pseudo French Russian accent.